We will be attacking... We will be attacking the Dominican... Oh, no more Spanish Civil War. Okay, come on. Come on, almost there. No, no, no. Haha, Paris is ours. Right, will you capitulate now? Yes. Yes, they will. That's so hilarious. And he is a level 8 general with tons and tons of skills. I could promote him to a field marshal with a lot of skills, but perhaps I should keep him the way he is. Come on, France, give up already. Wonderful. So wonderful. Well, quite obviously, I'm just going to take all states. Thank you. That was a quick Spanish expansion, wasn't it? Well, maybe not. This war did take a year, but now we need to start invading the Americas. I'm still not sure how I will go about that. For now, let's do some management of our newly conquered territories and prepare the next invasions. Okay, so I've done some management. We have put all the French factories to good use. I've changed my templates to include cannons, well, artillery, and I'm preparing an invasion of the United States. It's very likely that they will join the Allies when I start that, and will be in a bit of a pickle. I have also started justifying a war against the Dominican Republic, because it is guaranteed by the US. Which means we attack them, the US joins, and then possibly it doesn't become a war against the Allies, although it probably will. And we have finished the research slot too. With that, do I need more focuses? Well, I do want militarism, so let's go down that path. As for the power that we have, let's get some extra manpower. Let's go to limited conscription. Alright, we're almost ready to start our fighting. Let's get some more manpower in the meantime. We have a month. We will be attacking the Dominican Republic and by proxy the United States in less than a month. Well, hopefully we can succeed. We'll see. Our weak fleet is currently patrolling this area, and so are the planes. Hopefully that can be sufficient for us to land our troops. Maybe not. Who knows? Declare war on the United States of America. And do not call the Allies. Hopefully they will not... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Dominican Republic. Now, the US should join, and we should be able to launch a naval invasion against them. Let's see how that works out. Okay, they started moving. Hopefully they can land before anything else happens. The United States join the Allies, which is a bit of a problem if they call any other allies into the war, but hopefully they will not. We will know in a moment, because if they don't, then maybe I'd want to need to call in Germany and Italy. Can we land? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alright, now let's go along the coast, and hopefully we can quickly capture the area, and also let's make sure all these guys also execute the attack and trade in Europe, and also join this army. We can remember now they're starting to mount a defense. It is not a very strong one. Let's make sure this is also done. Just go along the coast. Go north. Go towards Washington. They're not doing what I tell them to do, but they're doing quite well nonetheless. So I will not be worried about that. Also, we have already lost one unit, which is not too bad at all. Now, did anyone else join the war? The US has joined the Allies, but they have not called in Great Britain and all Great Britain's allies. So hopefully we can deal with them without involving the European powers. We would actually do much better if we had more troops with smaller units. More units, but smaller ones. Because there's a lot of ground to cover, and our troops are getting cut off because of that. But we are making gains, which is the important part. Should I do a manual attack of Washington? I think I should. it can actually work. It probably won't, but it can. So I say it's working out quite well, indeed. I suppose I could just deploy these guys without having them properly trained, and... I suppose I should probably do the repair focus, the repeating repair focus, because we have all that infrastructure. Yeah, I can do the other focuses later on. Construction engineering, no. Construction repair, yes. What was I saying? Right now, all these guys as soon as they're ready, and sending them to the front lines. Hopefully he'll be a field marshal by then. And I can make him a field marshal right now if I want to. And I should. I've decided to bring in those units even though they're not properly trained, because if we can move between the enemy, that will grant us a victory. So let's deploy them and let's make him a field marshal. That will lower his combat capability for a while, but just for a while. He'll get new traits and new levels soon. Okay, so where are those guys? Deploy them here. Let's make sure, well, yes, they're all crap in terms of experience, but they can provide some serious manpower. Let's make sure you all join the main front line here. And also, let's paint a new one up to the northern border, whenever that becomes possible. And yet another one. Go from coast. Go from coast to coast, when that becomes available. Activate all of them, and the armies will be switching from one to the other. Ah, so wonderful. We have lost a lot of units in transit, unfortunately, but that was to be expected. And we're almost up to Philadelphia. I have decided to train yet another huge batch of troops, because we do have a lot of infantry equipment. It's all the bat it will do. In the meantime, yeah, almost in Philadelphia. Boston is defended, but lightly defended. And it seems like I could theoretically deploy these guys already. They're not highly trained. They are definitely green. I suppose we'll give them a little while longer. Some of them will die in transit, but yeah, enough will arrive at their destination. Whoa, these guys are doing much better than I expected them to. Might even take Los Angeles soon.
Torpedoes to starboard.
You know what, I should probably push manually towards Los Angeles. Then San Francisco. That might just give me enough victory points to secure Barcelona. And Los Angeles is almost ours, and it is ours. How far from capitulation are you? Almost there. You know what? Actually going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair, might be what we need to win this war. This might be the end. Let's watch. And and we've taken the stuff. Thank you so very much. This is not the end of the war though, because the Dominican Republic and the Philippines are still fighting. As for the Philippines, they are quite a few less enemies, so they shouldn't really pose any trouble. Let's get a big invasion of the Dominican Republic. Oh! That is unexpected. I thought the war was going to... Well, in that case, just give me everything. Thank you. Well, that's a lot of factories, isn't it? And now nobody will We're still at war with the Dominican Republic. Our guys can be as well, or are they independent? They are independent now. That's why by me, I don't need them, I just need the American colonies. They then, I suppose, start planning an invasion of Mexico. In the meantime, though, I do need to manage. Hi, this is post-commentary for a while. There is a chunk of footage missing here, so I will explain what happened in the meantime. And basically, what happened in the footage is that the file didn't complete properly and got corrupted, so I couldn't use it. It was around an hour of game time, and the footage you're seeing in the background now is from after this break. And when I'm done with the commentary will resume as usual. So let me explain what happened in the meantime. So, I attacked China because it was a major power, so that I could get quicker war goal justification. I started attacking down south, cutting through Middle America, until I got to Peru and Venezuela. Peru and Venezuela joined the Axis, so I could not continue my march south without attacking the Axis, which will happen at some point. In the meantime, one of the countries that were on my way joined the Allies, thus calling them into my war. I had a huge army stationed on the Canadian border, and it just went north and took everything. It wasn't a problem. The more problematic thing was to invade the British Isles. It's a pity I can't show you that, but it wasn't terribly interesting. I just dumped some troops over the English Channel, and the English were not prepared, so I was able to get a good foothold before they mounted a defense, and then I transferred more troops and the field marshal over to England, and they took it over. It wasn't particularly clever or anything, just a naval invasion that then spread to the whole country. Again, it's a pity I can't show you that, but the file got corrupted, so talking about it is basically the best I can do. Seeing that Venezuela and Peru are blocking my way, I mounted a naval invasion of Chile and started preparing to fight the Axis. Fighting the Axis was now bound to happen because Venezuela and Peru held territories that I needed for the challenge. So it was only a matter of time before we started fighting the Germans and the Italians and the Japanese. And this is the point at which my regular commentary can pick up. Again, sorry about the gap, but file corruption just happens sometimes, unfortunately. We're still conquering Chile, and we have a war goal against Argentina. I have decided to leave a small force trying to defend the British Isles, and to move the main invasion force over to South America. It's gonna take a while for them to get there, but they will be more effective than the small army I have there. Right, Chile has given up. Now it's time to attack Argentina. For that I need the army that is currently on its way. And this army that is kind of ready, I suppose I could use for something else. What the hell? Why did you capitulate to Peru? They have capitulated to Peru even though I was the one that conquered all the territory. That seems like a mistake. And it gets me angry. Damn it. Okay, we're not in the same war, so I cannot demand stuff from them. I could attack them, and then it could be difficult to maintain a front against the Germans. So it seems like I would need to take Argentina, Bolivia, Paraguay, and so on beforehand. Although at this point I'm not sure this is viable. You know what? I think I should turn against the Axis at this point. Just a quick invasion over here, and then we'll go out to Cuba, and then we betray the Axis. But our invasion of Cuba is not ready yet because they haven't arrived at the start position. I'm relocating my armies currently so that they can start fighting, although it seems like I lost some units on the way. Yeah, treacherous waters with enemy ships. It feels like I did this. Alright, I suppose it's time to attack Cuba. Here we go. We're going to join the Allies. Well, it's not going to be a problem. Can we beat that? Okay. Now, let's get a quick attack over there. And that will conclude this war really fast. Although, you might want to take these as well. As you can see, Cuba is not resisting this very much. And we're getting ready. It's going to be a little while before we actually exit the Axis. I still need to provide a sufficient defense over in this area. Okay, I was preparing an attack. Well, in the meantime, China has capitulated. Do I have any war score? I do have very little war score. I might be investigate. And of course Guatemala has joined them in an alliance. I was hoping to get one with the however, that's fine. I don't really need to do that. Well, and Still can't get these guys. What is that? Oh, you do have a naval base. I thought you didn't. You're pretty much ready to deal with the Axis. We're going to turn against them now. I have prepared a huge invasion plan. Let's stop this thing. We're getting ready to fight. Let's let them prepare. And then let's start doing that now. Let's leave the faction. And justify a war goal against Germany. It will take 10 days only. And I believe we are ready. Yes, I can move my best field marshal to Europe because it's going to be a bigger challenge than doing this. I have established 3 armies around South America, and I think there'll be enough. In the meantime, I took the last British possessions in this area. And that is about it. We're kind of ready. Also sent some planes out. We'll see how they work out. They probably won't. But we do have anti-air guns, so it's fine. Activate all the orders. Activate the orders and destroy the Germans. Germany has no troops here because they have fighting the Soviet Union. They're fighting the Soviet Union very aggressively, which means their troops will probably not be able to reach the front lines when we start fighting. Also, I'm still training up some more troops for the German front line, but I have decided to not deploy them ahead of time. They'll just join when they're ready. I've trained my troops up, but not all of them. Still, I think they're good enough. We're being invited to a faction. Hungary claims overlordship over Slovakia. We don't care. We're still at war with the Allies, but still at war with the Allies, but most of them are capitulating, so definitely British and here goes my war goal. Let's beat up the Germans. Oh, they're taking Switzerland. Seriously. That's good. Yes, they're calling everyone. I have established forces on the coast everywhere, so we shouldn't get killed by invasions. Also, let's get some war goals going. I think I want to beat up Portugal. Let's beat up Portugal. I did prepare an army to invade them. Why not, right? Yes, everyone is joining. That's fine. As you can see, the Germans did not prepare a defense against us. Right, Belgium has recapitulated against us, and so did Luxembourg for some reason. I'm not sure how that works. They can capitulate multiple times, but that's fine. Venezuela. Oh, I didn't activate all the orders, did I? Ah, you're still training. Yeah, I forgot to activate this order. Right. We need to declare war in Brazil soon, because this is going to take a long time to complete. Alright, how are you doing? Italy is a little bit more difficult than Germany, apparently. Let's make sure to edit this order. Well, because Germany didn't have any troops on this border, we were able to take all that land before they even brought reinforcements. And Italy did have troops, but we were still beating them up. Netherlands capitulated again to us. Once we connect here, I think I'll just turn this into one huge front line, because these are all axes too. What matters is we're making gains, and we're making gains quickly, and also we're about to attack Portugal. Come on, Portugal. You will join the Axis. I know that. That's fine. Yes. There you go. Venezuela has capitulated. Oh, that was quick. Venezuela has capitulated. That is very good. Make sure to take that British bit. And you make sure to take this bit here. And the rest of you will relocate to a different order. As you can see, the attack on Portugal is going smoothly, and they will capitulate in no time. How's Germany? Ooh, that's a nice dive into deep Italy. Didn't expect it to go so well, but we do have a very powerful field marshal, so I suppose it makes sense. Switzerland joined the Allies. Well, I don't really need to fight Switzerland, although it's quite likely they will declare war on me now. This is now one front line, one big front line. We're going to be able to manage a little bit better this way. Just go here. The front lines have been divided, which means I need to assign some more troops down south. Otherwise, they will not take the southern part of Italy. No, right, 25 should be sufficient. Let's have them do that. And the rest of you can handle the main front lines. That's Portugal. Being defeated. Almost. I suppose we'll get to Lisbon quickly and they'll surrender. Let's let our guys do it at their own pace. In the meantime, Peru. It's gonna take a while. Brazil. Switzerland is almost taken. Portugal has capitulated and so has Switzerland. Wonderful. Justification against Brazil is made its attack. They will very likely join the Axis as well. And again, this is just a side objective. Our main focus is this. The Italians are defending fiercely in the Neapolitan area, but we're making great gains in the Yugoslavian part of their empire. Okay, will taking Vienna be sufficient for them to surrender? Because we have taken most of Germany already. We're about to reach the old Polish border. And Germany has capitulated. What's the stuff? Apparently, not only Poland. Not certain. Apparently, some of the territory went to the Soviet Union. Tolerate that? It's not too long. Yeah, the capitulation is always a little bit messy. But when we go to the diplomacy map, yes, we are at war with Poland. Probably with the Soviets, though. Right, you know the thing is, how is it the South America? Because this is what the us. This is our goal, not dominating Europe. Dominating Europe is just a byproduct. I suppose I could have left my amazing field marshal down here. Oh, my war goal probably expires, so let's declare war. Slovakia has capitulated and also we're about to take Copenhagen. Alright, let's take that one, and then we can move over north. And Denmark has capitulated too. Right, you go take that. Poland has capitulated, this time they capitulated to us. Oh, right. Small remaining bits of Germany still to be taken. And we will now be bordering the Soviet Union. Which is never a good thing. Yugoslavia has capitulated again. This time to us. Peru has capitulated. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Definitely. Let's have a look at Peru. Ah, Chile has re-emerged. This is all the same front line now. I could just use one order. One army, one field marshal. And there's still Romania to be taken. Whoa! What happened? What the hell just happened? All the allied countries have recapitulated. And they got their stuff again. Not only the allied countries, Italy as well. Italy has capitulated too. Okay, what the hell? I'm not at war with the Allies anymore. Why am I not at war with the Allies anymore? That doesn't really make much sense, does it? Did British Raj leave the faction? No. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. But apparently I auto-annexed the Allies. No, I still hold their territory. We're not at war, but I occupy them. Could this be a bug? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. I still hold their territory. And that's less war participants to be worried about. I don't have to worry about Norway anymore, for example. I'm not at war with Chile anymore. That's unfortunate. That means I have to fight the Allies again. Oh well. I've done it once, I can do it again. Legionary Romania has capitulated. That's a lot of trucks. So after we're done here, I need to attack Paraguay, and I need to attack Chile again. Which is very unfortunate, because I didn't want to fight the Allies again. Well, we don't have to fight the Soviets unless they attack us, so we're fine on that front. Okay, we have pretty much cleaned out the Axis in Europe. Now we will have to fight the Allies again, because I need to take Chile. And they were very unwise to accept them into their ranks because I need to fight them. In the meantime, if I need to fight them again, I will prepare some attacks down here too. A new war goal is ready, and I have prepared new orders. I don't intend to attack the Soviet Union, however, the Soviet Union is unpredictable and can attack us, so we need to be prepared. And we will attack the Allies again because I need Chile, so I have deployed my troops accordingly. In the meantime, we have finished another war goal. Here you go. Paraguay. Paraguay? Oh, and they joined the Comintern. Well, then we're about to be at war with the Soviets. Don't worry, I can handle them. I can handle the Soviets, no problem, I believe. So let's see how well we can handle the Soviets, and also perhaps expand this front line a little bit.
The enemy is about to win.
And get justified against Chile. Again. So, Soviet Union, eh? You want to fight me? Well, I'm prepared. Kinda. Not really prepared, my guys were not in position. But we are certainly powerful enough to handle them. Almost certainly. Yeah, we'll manage. As you can see, the Soviets are not really providing much of a resistance. And perhaps because we're just so good, or perhaps because they're fighting Japan on the other side. Both can be true. And the justification against Chile is ready, which means we are about to face the Allies yet again. I'm cool with that. It's unfortunate, I didn't really want to fight them again. Damn it. Yeah. So many capitulations. Okay, so this is one war, this is another, and this is another, and this is yet another. Okay, we're at war with everyone. That's fine. We'll manage. All the fuss is because we wanted South America. But of course everyone needed to get involved, so they're now dead. Of course fighting the Soviets is incredibly tedious, and I do hate doing that, because you have to take every single small province, pretty much, before they give up. Fortunately, this is not the goal of our series. We just need to take this. And how far we get along into the Soviet Union in the meantime, well, doesn't really matter. Although I'm curious to see how far we can go. We're past Crimea already and moving towards Moscow. And in South America, well, I'd say 2/3 are ours, more or less. Taking Brazil is almost as long and tedious as capitulating the Soviet Union, but we are progressing on both fronts. In the meantime, we've just taken Moscow. Great. There's something so relaxing about just watching your border advance into the Soviet Union very, very gradually from a great distance. Our campaign into Brazil is mildly successful. I suppose the key is to build infrastructure as you go. Uruguay has capitulated, but not to us, to Argentina, as they were on opposite sides, quarreling with each other while I kill them. Also, my main field marshal got a lot of nice skills. You can see the Soviet Union is not offering any resistance whatsoever. At least nothing meaningful. So actually, dealing with difficult terrain in South America is more difficult than beating up the Soviet Union. Who would have thought? Just take that, maybe that will be enough. Since Rio definitely wasn't enough. Brazil has capitulated finally after many years of fighting. Thank you very much. Oh, one more thing. I suppose the Falklands aren't technically part of America, but I'm going to conquer them because I can. Just need a good port in this area. Oh, really? Seriously? Well, that's surprising, unexpected and quick. Thank you. The Soviet Union has capitulated. Well, now we just have Japan to beat up. It's always such a drag to deal with the Soviets, and now it was rather easy. Well, that's nice. Cancel all your orders, and go to what is currently Japan and will soon be mine. And the Falcons are ours. I suppose I could take that as well. Don't even remember what it's called. South Georgia, really. Buenos Aires is ours, just a little bit longer, until we take all of Argentina. In the meantime, Japan is getting beaten up quite a lot. Argentina has capitulated, finally. Okay, now we just have some cleanup left to do. Okay, and that is it. We have taken everything in South America, which is more than we needed to. We were supposed to take all the Spanish colonies in the Americas, which can be verified by this map, and as you can see, we have taken much more. We have sort of casually conquered Italy, Germany, and the Soviet Union while going for South America. Anyway, that is the challenge complete. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to let me know in the comments what you thought. Hello everyone, I am Torior, and welcome to yet another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. And with this one, I'm beginning to think that you guys hate me, because we are to play as the Soviet Union. So far so good, very powerful nation. We have to beat Germany. The goal is to capitulate Germany, strengthen Germany. It wasn't specified, but what the hell, I'm assuming to the maximum. And that is no trivial matter, because this is very, very powerful Germany. It's godlike powerful. But that's not all. I think I could do that. But we also have to do this only using motorized and armor units. No leg infantry, no normal artillery at all. Which is the bit why I think you hate me. Because Soviet Union's major strength is its ability... Oh crap, I forgot to turn on Iron Man. Let me redo that. Okay, the same thing with Iron Man. Yeah, I've been testing this a bit. Soviet Union's major strength is its ability to field nearly unlimited leg infantry, which just squashes everything. However, we can only use motorized and armored divisions and support companies in that playthrough, which is gonna be problematic. Alright, let's start with changing all our units up. We start with tons and tons of troops.
Action stations.
But we don't have cars for all of them. 138 divisions. That is quite a bit, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to select 5 tank units because we want to keep some tanks, but not all the tanks. Let's select the ones that have the highest experience. Now let's keep like 2 more maybe. Okay. And the rest is going to be switched into motorized. We have no experience, and they're overall crap, and I don't have the cars for them. Alright. Now, time to start our plan. Basically, Germany is going to be super powerful, and my normal strategy to beat Germany as the Soviet Union is just quickly acquire some land over here, and then just beat them up with my leg infantry. But here, not only are they more powerful, we also don't have leg infantry. So we're going to get clever about this. We're going to delay our war against them, and we're going to make them weaker in the long term. We're going to deny them their allies. We're going to deny them their conquests, to the extent that we can do that. So we're going to start by supporting communism in France, because if France becomes communist, they will not come to the defense of Poland, thus they will not get killed by Germany early on. We're going to boost communism in Italy. This has a very low chance of success, but if we can make Italy communist before it joins the Axis, they will not join the Axis. And finally, we're going to boost popularity in Japan, just because that's one less ally for Germany, and they will not be attacking us from the back, if that works out. Okay. That's the first move. Now, focuses. We're going to start with Stalin Constitution. I will need that political power to do some war goals. We're going to switch to mobile warfare, because we're going to be using motorized mostly. I could go for tanks, but it's not really going to work out too well. So generic choices, but the doctrine is mobile. As for construction, we're going to be building military factories everywhere, non-stop. Okay, this is our production queue for now, with a heavy focus on motorized, which will be expanded later. Our first attack will be against Romania, Yugoslavia, Greece, and Czechoslovakia. So let's get our troops over there and get them ready. This is our guys' first order, because we're going to be attacking Romania, and Yugoslavia, and Czechoslovakia, and Greece, and maybe Turkey instead of Greece. I still haven't decided. One of those. Okay, we're training the army and our planes are on their way. Time to unpause and wait for a focus to complete. The Stalin Constitution focus is done, and that means we can start justifying war goals. Although, do we have enough points? I'm not certain. I'm going to wait until this fills up before I start justifying. Right. This should be sufficient. Because, yeah, we need to attack two simultaneously. So we will need to be resending the justifications. Particularly this one. And do we have enough? We have just enough. Perfect. So I remembered right. As I said, I did a little bit of testing, but it's pretty random, especially the government changing. Our next focus will be socialist. We will have a lot of war, and we will need that to switch to war economy. Our training is complete. Now we just need some equipment. I think we should probably make the tanks elite. Finally, we go to war economy. Just wait for justifications to be over. I just disbanded some of my units. I think 100 is more than enough. And Spanish Civil War has happened. I'm going to send these 5 guys as volunteers over there so that we can work on Spanish Civil War. They're quite powerful, so they might manage. I'm also going to send them a little bit of Lend-Lease. Some guns. I want to send them the new ones or the old ones. Let's send them the old ones. And we'll be replacing the old ones in our current units with new ones. We're going to send them 1,000 monthly, let's say. Enough. Yeah. Okay, in the meantime, I'm pausing and our guys are on the way. Actually, since I'm sending guns, I'll reduce the amount of guns I'm producing. It's going to be a bit better. Alright. While before they arrive. Yes, we do want Republican Spain to start by perhaps going here. Making sure that these guys here get cut off and we can join the armies together. Go and be aggressive. Where are you? Oh, you're almost there. Perfect. Just do this manually. Because otherwise they'll get, cut off and stuff. Perfect. Now, go here. Clean this up. They are... oh, actually this is currently their capital. So these are the guys that are at a disadvantage. We should attack them. They will have no supplies because... No, let's not overcomplicate things. Let's not overcomplicate things. Go.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
What was I saying? Oh, right. Spanish Civil War is important to Republican Spain because when it's time to fight the Germans, it would be nice to have them on my side. Mobile warfare done. Okay. This is well defended. Ah, this was done. We'll get that in the end. They are defending quite well, and these guys aren't. It is most likely because this here is the capital. To supply. Whilst they here don't. But that's fine. Just going to spam some orders everywhere. And let things happen. As you can see, the enemy is weak and divided. It's not going to be long until we eliminate them. Now, it would be nice if we could beat them before... Oh, that's a German volunteer, really? It would be nice if we could eliminate them before our war goals are done, because if I were to declare war, my volunteers would have to go back home, and they're kind of needed here. I hope Spain will help me in my many future endeavors. Like we just helped them. Well, we still haven't, but we're on the process of helping them quite a lot. At this point, we probably only need to take Sevilla. That's right. Not Sevilla, Sevilla. I think so. Oh, and that would be good timing because our war goals are capitulate and then start our own wars. Well, the war goals will be valid for 2 months, so I'm going to keep this going for a little bit. I'm not sure they'll handle it without me. They probably will, but I don't want to have to do this all over again. Yes, finally. Okay. Republican Spain is a thing. Council Lend-Lease. Did it cancel automatically? I think so. Perfect. Our guys are going back home, and Turgestan is ready to attack. Should I disband some more units to make sure that he has sufficient stuff for them? I think we're ready to attack. We're going to be declaring war on Yugoslavia and Greece. Yugoslavia will call in Czechoslovakia, and Greece will call in Romania. Here we go.
Fighter airborne.
As you can see, this is not a difficult attack. At least not yet. We have our planes taking care of the situation. And here goes Romania. I'm going to just take everything. As usual. Alright, now we need to relocate our troops quickly. Also, I suppose
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
using the tanks. So let's send him.
Torpedoes, direct front.
As for you, there's going to be way too many troops, isn't it? Yeah, no matter. It's fine anyway. Half of you will go south, half of you will go north. Those of you that go south, Yugoslavia should not be a difficult opponent because they have very low national unity. So just a few targets and they're done. As for the focuses, I think we're pretty much done at this point. We are going to need to do the purge, but that will happen after the war. We don't want to cripple our facility. How is your communism? Well, it's not great. If we could have Italy switch to communist, that would be amazing. Although I'm not sure they want to take Yugoslavia. Okay, the balanced approach is doing some good. We are breaking through. Although we probably would have been breaking through. With the aggressive one, just as well. Okay, the German-Soviet treaty and capitulation in the background. We are going to sign this treaty. Yes, we do want Ribbentrop-Molotov to happen. And Yugoslavia has capitulated. I'm going to take everything, obviously. I mean, I could be puppeting them, but I don't really want to do it myself. Let's send guys down here to Greece. And make sure that we try and take Athens as quickly as possible, because going through here can be difficult. The invasion of Greece is going relatively smoothly, although they do tend to put up a nasty defense in the mountains around here, so let's make sure we can get there quickly. Just do it manually, please.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Athens. Oh, that's Czechoslovakia. That was quick. I didn't even see them coming through. Well, now taking Czechoslovakia is not that straightforward. I'm going to take everything but Sudetenland. And I'm not sure about Eastern Sudetenland, but I'm not going to take that either. Why? Well, because if I do take it, Germany will attack me. And I'm not ready for it. Still, we did take one lot of territory. Beautiful. Now, with Czechoslovakia out of the picture, we can finish off Greece and cancel all these nasty orders here. Germany has done the Anschluss, and I am still finishing up Greece. I should probably just take these 5 guys here and anyone else interfering, and they will do it. Let's just try a quick attack with everyone. Oh, it worked. That's surprising.
Many thanks. Our victory is in sight.
Do we need you guys as volunteers anywhere? No, not really. Let's get ready to fight Germany then. Now we're going to be friendly with Germany for a while longer, and I'm still going to hope that France, Italy or Japan, and preferably more than one, hopefully at least one of them flip to communist. If we could get France and Italy, that would be just amazing. Japan I don't really care about that much. Anyway, we're going to be building up our industry, building up our troops, and waiting for Germany to that. And when Germany starts fighting the Allies, we'll have a little bit of leeway to do our own conquests. I suppose I could start justifying orders on Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia, and they would probably submit to me with that. I'm not sure if they want to get guaranteed, and I'd have to check the event files. I'm too lazy for that. I'll think about it. As we finished our wars for now, I think it's a good time to start the third. We will have to do that or face a civil war. And also, it's time to pull against Pope. That France or Italy, or preferably both, or maybe Japan, will switch to communism. There's still time. It will depend on the events they get and the choices in those events. Italy has taken Albania, and we have the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Now, we have a chance of Italy switching and France switching their ideology, although it is... it might not be likely, because it's been quite a while already. Oh, sorry! That... yes! Now we just need France to do the same thing. Okay, this is perfect, because they're not going to ally Germany now. I would love to invite them to a faction. They don't want to, but it doesn't matter. What matters is Germany doesn't have them as an ally. It also means I don't have to boost party popularity there anymore. Now just for France to do the same thing and not ban communism. Although, I suppose at this point it might not matter, because if France switched earlier, they would not join the Allies, and when Germany attacks Poland, they would not join and thus survive. In this situation, it might not be so. We will see. We will see. As for Japan, how's Japan? Japan is at 50, so anything can happen now. It's not likely that it will happen, but I have seen it happen. Okay. Now we wait, either for them to switch or for Germany to attack Poland. When Germany attacks Poland, which will happen obviously, I have some other things that I need to do. I need to attack some people. I've been sitting here preparing my attacks of Bulgaria, Hungary and Finland. Well, look what happened here. France switched to communism. Finally, I can finally stop boosting party popularity, and that means they are no longer in the Allies. Actually, I'd like to invite them, but let's get a non-aggression pact to them first. Oh. Don't want to do that.
Massive
Improve
storm
relations
moving
with you
in.
before we can get the pact, because I don't want them to try and copy my territory here. Right, this looks like a wonderful opportunity to beat up Germany, but I would need to get them into my faction somehow. And altogether, I'm pretty sure we can do it. We could still perhaps get Japan, but it's not very likely. Also, I am researching the Katyusha rocket launchers, but I might not have time to implement them properly. Anyway, let's go and see what happens next. Yes, they have accepted our request for a non-aggression pact. How about you? You accept it as well. Perhaps.
Action
Friendly with all the
stations.
communists in the world. Poland has refused Germany, which means Germany is going to be at war with the UK very soon. Okay, going back to you first. So, when Germany is at war with the UK, I can start getting some locals down. Now, I would like to get because I want to get them before they might get guaranteed by the Axis. Now, why is it so long? Just world tension. Okay, that's our first move. No guarantees so far. Beautiful. Okay. Our next move is to start justifying what will go on Finland. Why Finland? Well, because
Good luck, everyone.
I even need to fully complete the war goal. There will probably be an event that will deal with it for me. And when that's done, then we can switch to all the Baltic countries and get them that way. In the meantime, Germany will conquer Poland and give us half. And, oh, I suppose I could do partisans. No, I need political power. We're still trying to do Japan. So, Italy, you like me yet? Not yet, but almost. Now, see? Send the ultimatum. Or... yeah, let's send the ultimatum. They'll give us stuff, in which case we get stuff, and we can still continue to justify the war goal, or they refuse, and we just straight up attack. In the meantime, Poland is being conquered, quite obviously, because Germany is buffed so much. Oh, they accepted our demands. That's unfortunate. Well, that's okay, I suppose. We got some land. I still want to attack them, so I think I will continue to justify the war goal against them. Now, I could start doing you. It costs 50 political power. You know what, I will wait a little bit longer, maybe. I suppose I will start justifying the war goal. It will cost me quite a lot, because I'm currently justifying 2 of them. But it doesn't matter. What matters is they will get an ultimatum, and very likely they're going to just submit to us. Which is exactly what we want. And when they do, we're going to switch to the next part of the country. As you can see, Germany is attacking Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, but France did not join, which means France will have time to build a powerful defense. By that time, France will have used all their beautiful factories to get tons of troops, and we're about to get little Poland. So Estonia, how about... alright, that's Poland for us. Oh, here's the event. Oppress Estonia. Yes, send them the ultimatum, and now, we're just going to... I'll switch that in a moment. That's not what we were waiting for. And here it is. That was our turn. And let's start using the cars. I'll have to get some more factories on that, but currently those factories are busy. That's capitulated, and Germany will have nobody to attack for. Well, they can attack Denmark, I suppose. Or they could start sending... yes. They could start sending troops to the United Kingdom, not Ireland, down to Poland. Or they could just attack France, but France will now have time to prepare for that. Latvia submits, wonderful. Now Lithuania. It is your turn. Lithuania has been annexed. Oh, crap. I didn't notice that doing the ultimatum thing with Finland meant that our war goal stopped. Suppose I could start again, but let me check. How long until the Hungarian one is complete? Okay, we're gonna do the Hungarian one is complete. And then do a new one on Finland. Germany has attacked Denmark, and we're almost done. The war goal against Hungary. And here it is. Alright. Let's go. Hopefully they will not join the Axis, and hopefully more troops will get back. They have not joined anyone. They will take everything. Japan did not submit to communism, at least not yet. They have not joined the Axis. That is possible. They have essentially deprived Germany of any allies. They can only ally Germany. What's left? When we have been at war, I forgot. Which means we can do lessons of war, which will completely use us today. Perfect. Oh, crap. Bulgaria got guaranteed by the UK, which is very unfortunate. Poland to cancel justification against Bulgaria. How far along were we with the justification against Finland? Okay, Finland, and then we'll try to do Turkey. Bulgaria, unfortunately, will have to stay as it is. And just to watch Finland is pretty honest of that war. Hopefully they will join in and start justifying against Turkey. What else possibility?
The ship is on fire!
As for Finland, well, Finland has not joined any allies.
Problem solved, sir!
Which is good. Alright, they should capitulate. Perfect. I wonder if Sweden will join the Allies if I attack them. Probably, because they are democratic. Interesting, the French has just joined the Allies, because they were attacked by Germany. Now, this is an unfortunate turn of events. On the other hand, Germany might have a harder time beating them. Now, if Italy were to join as well, that would pretty much mean it's time to fight the Germans. But we'll see how this goes. And I still want to get Turkey before that happens. Also, I'm not sure if I can break the pact yet. We would need to have more troops. Well, I do have more troops, I just need to put them in order. Is it time to modify my template for the final time? Perhaps, but I'd like to finish the maintenance complex first. Let's see how this works out. France is no wimp. They have a lot of factories, they just needed a proper border so that the AI could fortify it like it should. It seems like nothing is going on there. Perhaps that's good. Germany will probably... Oh, Japan joined Axis. But unfortunate. Well, that means... failed to turn Japan communist. Very unfortunate. Although they have not joined the war... No, they have joined the war, so I can cancel. I don't care about them anymore. Okay, since we have completed the maintenance company, I'm going to modify my template for the last time. Where is it? Here. I'm going to add 2 motorized rocket artillery units. We're going to bring our combat with
Enemy severely damaged.
Exhaust all our support equipment. But we left with some motorized equipment. Good. Let's save that. Let's save that and see how that works out for us. Oh, right. Our justification for Turkey is done. I suppose it's probably time to attack them. But they will not join any faction. Volunteers. Want to be friends now, do they? Faction. I'm really happy that they didn't join any factions. Is that sufficient? Yes, it is. Just give me everything. Okay, factories and stuff. Oh, I know how I can mess with Germany. I can stage a coup. Stage a small communist coup. For example, in Schleswig-Holstein. Why not? Would use infantry equipment and cost transport.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Can I do several? No, I cannot. Oh, how about Ostprussen? No. Well, let's do Schleswig-Holstein. Just to disrupt their operations. Let's do that. It's probably not going to benefit me in any way, because they're going to squash it. So we'll use their troops from the Balkans. Their name is looking weird now. Oh, they started taking Sweden. Unfortunately, Paris has fallen. But the French now have more national unity. No, they don't. Oh crap. Lost France. Perhaps Spain and Italy will want to join me in that case. Feeling threatened themselves. Who knows? At least they weren't using those factories, and we had to fight them with their alliances. So, not all bad. In the meantime, yeah, I forgot to do artillery upgrades, which is unfortunate because I wanted those. French Commune has given up, which is very unfortunate, but it was just a matter of time. Whoops. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact has expired. We still have a non-aggression pact, but it can now get cancelled. Okay, we're as ready as we're ever going to be, or rather, we don't really have a choice, because Germany is getting ready to attack us. Okay, what are you doing exactly? War with the USSR, how long will that take? 70 days. Okay, we still have a little bit of time. Let's not do any more units. Let's make sure everything is alright and in order. I'm still staging a coup, which might be a mistake. You have your units, you have not trained them up, and they don't have good supply, which is unfortunate, but I don't think there's anything I can still do about that. Unless we very quickly build some infrastructure here. Okay, it's happening now. Germany changes their diplomatic status. Cancel non-aggression pact. It's too late for a lot of things. Perhaps for life. We will soon know. Bulgaria joined Axis. Okay, that means we need to change stuff around a bit. I'm a bit nervous. They're so powerful. Perhaps I can have Spain join me when the fighting starts. At least I will have Spain not join the enemy, which is always something. Oh! It finally happened. Well, now I have a non-aggression pact with Japan. I'm not sure this will change anything, as they are already in the war against the Allies and all that, but who knows? Maybe they will just not join when called. Any little advantage I might get is useful. I feel like we're going to get squashed here, and we have too many troops in this area. Okay. We are at war. To join faction from... Oh, perfect. Yes, Italy, I do want you to join my faction. Thank you so very much. And I will give you access. Britain. I'm going to call Italy into the war. Now, would you like to join too? You would not, because we're at war. Okay, well,
The enemy is about to win.
so let's see where this leads us, shall we? This is looking good. The north is looking good. The Czechoslovakian part is not looking good. Okay, okay, how's Scandinavia? Scandinavia is looking shitty. Bulgaria? Bulgaria has not been called in. Interesting. Why has nobody been called in? Perhaps I am wasting units, keeping them in Bulgaria, but we have enough units, I think. Oh right, this is actually looking, well, good enough. Okay, Vichy France has been called in. Japan has been called in, unfortunately. Spain wants to send us volunteers. I will, of course, accept. I can invite Spain to the faction. I will do that immediately.
The enemy is about to win.
And yeah, let's accept all these. Access and stuff. Poland wants non-aggression. Poland? No. Okay. Bulgaria has been called in, and I'm gonna call in Spain now. All that intervening in the civil war might just pay off. Oh right, this is not too bad. Then again, they have buffs in core territory, and I was cutting through non-core territory for a long time here. So it might still go either way. Bulgaria, Bulgaria has capitulated, perfect. Got some motorized from them. Well, seems like I was scared for nothing. This is going better than I expected. I was worried, and there was not much to be worried about, apparently. Well, that's good news. Let's see what else we can research to buff our stuff. Although I was playing this very, very cautiously, and we did turn Italy and Spain and France into communists. So I think this success is... what's the best word? There's a lot of factors that contributed to us actually being able to beat up Germany. If I wasn't restricted to motorized and tanks, but ended up not using them, we probably would have beaten them like 2 years ago with endless infantry charges. If they were not buffed, well, that wouldn't even be a question, we'd just beat them. Germany has capitulated. Ah, well, that's a victory for us. That is what we needed. That is the objective. Okay, we still have Vichy France here. I mean, I really don't feel like sailing to Japan, but let's see what else there is to do here. I think that's the first black portrait I've seen in the game ruling France. Cool. So, what is to be learned from this playthrough? If you can't beat an enemy alone, get good allies or deprive them of their allies. Or maybe if you think you can't beat the enemy alone, you just need more rocket artillery. The goal of this video was to capitulate Germany with the restrictions that we had in place. And we had done that. Let's just... Hello everyone, I am Torio and welcome to another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. This time the challenge is to play as... turn communist and conquer all of the Americas. Now for the purpose of the challenge I'm not going to count the islands around here. I will try to take them as well, but you know, if the British launch a naval invasion and I can't get there in time or whatever, I don't want this to count as a failed challenge. So I will try to take the islands, but might fail. Also keeping in mind the fact that one of the things Cuba is known for is its music, I have put several musical accents in the video. Let me know how many you can recognize and if they annoy you or not. If they do annoy you, I'm sorry and I will probably never do that again, but it is a bit funny to me and I do have a very dry sense of humor. Anyway, let's start. We're going to play on regular difficulty, historical focuses and Ironman mode. And I will remind you again, the goal is to turn communist and take over the Americas. Let's go! Cuba 1. We start in a pretty difficult position. We only have 2 units and 4 factories, and that is not a lot, but we'll manage somehow. First, let's start our research. Only 2 research slots. I'm going to have to deviate from the regular formula because I need to start doing certain things very early. So I need to start by researching Marines. We need Marines early. Our first focus will be political efforts, so we can start changing our ideology. And as for the factories, we don't have a lot of them. No point in building infrastructure, it will be filled with focuses. No spots for factories. I think I'll just do some ports. As for production, just do lots of infantry weapons. And that has to be it for now. I could even just disband these units, we won't be needing them. Okay, let's pause. And wait. With political effort we can hire an advisor and do our next focus. Our next focus has to be naval effort, because I need some dockyards to build ships. As for the advisor, part of the challenge is to turn communist, so of course it's going to be a communist revolutionary. Electronic mechanical engineering is researched, and our next thing would normally be this, but we can't afford that. We have to research destroyers, because we have to start building destroyers. Naval effort is done, we can start using our dockyards. And for now I'm going to just do convoys because we don't have anything else. But as our civilian factories are pretty much useless to us anyway, I am going to purchase some steel and some oil. Now we have to follow the armament effort path because we don't have military factories. I have enough political power to do something with it, and we are going to hire standard workers, which is usually a good investment. We have researched Marines, which is wonderful, because we do need some troops to outside of our borders. We are going to train 10 units of Marines, and our next research has to be infantry weapons 1, because the weapons we have are crap. Destroyers have been researched, let's start building them. Pursuing armament effort can let us produce enough guns to fit our troops finally. We can get a coup. That means we will probably be switching ideologies relatively quickly. We can start producing infantry weapons 1, which are significantly superior. Now we have to research naval invasions. I'm going to switch to free trade because those buffs will be quite useful. Let's change our manpower law to limited conscription. Mechanical computing and transport ships have been researched. At this point we can technically get a coup already. I am still training them even though they are, well, technically they're trained up already. Actually, I'm going to deploy these ahead of time because I need the army experience so that I can add more units to the templates. Probably shouldn't have disbanded the units we had at the very start. I should have trained them to get more army experience. Right, so we're training them up to add more units to each template. And here comes the communist coup. Perfect. With the communist government now in control, we can start justifying our first war goal. And it's going to be against... Well, let's do... next. That was a quick Spanish Civil War. Also, I do not have a commander. Let's get one. Okay, Alejandro. You are going to conquer the Americas for me. with construction effort done, we now again have enough factories to buy some oil. I have not had a look at this. That is a wonderful choice. Romas Cabral, I think that's how that should be pronounced. He is a silent workhorse, which is the best thing you can have in a random leader. And also a smooth talking charmer. That is great. Also, there's no reason not to start planning a naval invasion over here. And now the superior firepower doctrine. It is extremely powerful, especially this first thing. 20% soft attack. That is a lot. We have hired a commando expert named Fidel Castro. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this name. Anyway, he is going to buff our marines a lot. We now have enough army experience to modify our template. Let's add more marines. Extra research slot. Let's take the destroyers that have deployed in. Give them a commander and set them to patrol the Caribbean Sea. With the extra research slot done, I'm actually going to do secret weapons. Taking it will let us do these technologies faster and thus speed up our research. In the meantime, let's boost our troops with improved infantry equipment and support equipment. I should go to work on the battlefield. And here is our wargo. Let's attack immediately. Don't go allies because you don't have any allies. Go. Here goes our naval invasion. Should be successful. Now, attack Guatemala and be balanced in your attacks. Not much longer. And here we go. I'm actually going to just annex them. And now, since I do have some extra equipment, I can modify my unit template yet again. Let's finally get to the desired width of 20. The equipment and the war goal against Salvador are both ready. Let's attack. And start justifying more war goals. This time against and you. Although that will have to wait a moment because I don't have political power. We will be successful easily because they have a lot of low width units. And the more low width units you have, the higher the penalty they get for stacking too many units. Which is why 40 width is what you should strive for if you can afford that. And let's start justifying war goal on that. It's going to take some time, obviously. We have enough equipment to buff them again. I'm going to keep increasing their width, and that's that. With some extra political power free, let's go to war economy. The enemy is in a very difficult position. Let's go aggressive for a moment. Oh, why are you blinking? Oh, finally. I'm just going to annex them.
Our team has taken the lead.
Equipment, helpful. Next, justification is ready. Let's declare immediately. This is going to be very easy. And that's it. Again, annex. And if you're wondering why the US is not defending them, the answer is simple. They guarantee us as well, so they will not interfere. So here goes, service by requirement. It pains me to do so with the factory output decrease, however it is a necessity. And we're ready to attack. Almost. Let's attack the table and justify some more goals. Let's start with gold. And this will not take long at all. Boom, annex everything. Since we have some disposable political power, I'm going to start boosting communism in the United States. We're actually going with integrated support this time, and it's time we did the improved computing machine to further boost our research. The war has started. Germany attacked Poland, Poland joined allies, and everyone's fighting everyone. Fortunately, that doesn't really affect us, apart from the fact that we can't really attack fascist countries, like the Dominican Republic of Venezuela, or Peru, because then they'll join the Axis and there will be some trouble. We have to leave them for later, or also has fallen. That means, yeah, Poland has capitulated. Moldova will be in effect soon. Let's do atomic research now, because it speeds up all other research. I really do like Marines and mountaineers lately. For example, Marines are not only for naval invasions, they are also very good going over rivers, which is usually a problem. So I'm not going to use any normal, I'm going to use all Marines. And France has been taken. Now we're going to advance technology. It is a lot of time and it's going to take a long time, but once it is researched, it's going to speed everything up quite a lot. Justification is ready. Let's go. This is going to be no problem at all. And over a river with Marines. Costa Rica, Table States. I'm going to get puppets, but only ones with very high manpower. So Colombia has quite a lot of manpower, they don't have a puppet. And I'm also going to take Mexico and possibly Brazil, depending on the situation. Should I do Mexico next? Europe is looking as you would expect it to look. And we're almost ready to launch an attack on Haiti. Here it goes. And let's immediately start justifying our next war goal. You know what, let's just do... In the meantime, let's launch. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I probably should have attacked Mexico instead of them. That was quick, and I'm of course going to just take everything. Let's get all our troops to the Mexican border. Unfortunately, our troops have bad supply here. Oh well, they'll have to endure it somehow. Marines 2 done. I am now going to use my equipment effort to get weapons 3 quickly. Our war goal against Mexico is ready. Let's attack them immediately, of course.
Direct front.
I'm not sure how long that will take. I'm pretty sure we can do it, but I'm not sure how. I'm assuming that will be. I will start justifying them. You can always cancel those, and we do have a ton of political power, so that will not be a big problem. Now, the cool thing about Marines is that you can attack over rivers with no trouble. With that, you can machine get awesome bonuses to over research. Let's use that to get weapons 3 in only 69 days. A little more manual management will speed everything right up. Mexico is going to be my puppet, and it's going to be providing me with tons and tons of manpower. I gave them some more manual orders, and Mexico said we will fall soon, probably. Well, we're doing great. Probably should have attacked them earlier. Now, Mexico doesn't have a lot of victory points, but it does have a lot of provinces, which unfortunately means we will have to take most of them. I have to monitor this closely. I can take at most 2 more provinces. And I do. I'll have to stop. Otherwise, we won't be able to start the next research stop now. And, okay, I can activate it now. Here, quickly start extra researcher slot 2. Yes. I'm going to up because I do need Mexican Socialist. Why Marines? Well, because those special forces are generally a bit stronger than normal infantry, although they do require more equipment. But I have special buffs to special forces, and I have researched buffs to Marines. So we'll actually be better off using Marines rather than regular infantry. I am going to switch all my guys into Mexican Marines. And I am also going to train more of them. I should delay my attack on Panama as much as possible, because my naval invasion is not ready yet. What are you doing? No, oh, you idiots. You're sailing around to get here, instead of just using these ports. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm going to create a faction with the Mexican Socialist Republic. Let's call it the Cuban Empire. Ah, Dawn of the Cuban Empire. Wonderful. Oh god damn it, they're still sailing. Where they're not supposed to be sailing. Can you just go here instead, you idiots? We wouldn't want our war goal to expire, so let's attack. Actually, now I could lower my manpower laws. Yeah, I'm going to go down to extensive conscription. We can. As you can see, this is trivially easy. I also need to land in Panama itself, although I suppose I could just detach half of this army, and they'll be ready in no time. Yeah, that should be sufficient. Go. Oh, interesting. Lend-Lease. Although, subject lend-leasing to me will increase their autonomy, but I do welcome the extra equipment. And that's it for Panama. We don't need them as a puppet, so let's just take everything. Ah.
stations. Reporting the position of the strategic target.
Enemy destroyer detected.
The ship is on fire. I need support.
Enemy
Problem
battleship
solved,
detected.
sir. Requesting assistance. Set a smoke screen.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Torpedoes to port. Nice work.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
stations. Reporting the position of a strategic target.
Enemy battleship detected.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. Reporting the target position.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Fighter airborne. Fighter destroyed.
Battle ends in 5 minutes. is in sight. We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Extra research slot. And now when we reach 50 factories, which I can do at any moment by cancelling some of our trade, and we are at war, then we can do the 5th research slot, which would be tremendously helpful. Our war goal is complete. Let's start the war. Conquer. And let's justify some more war goals immediately. Now I can't attack Venezuela, because it's fascist and it will join the Axis, which would be a problem. I can't attack Peru for the same reason. What I can attack is and
Brazil.
let's justify a war goal here and here. I decided to give them some manual orders. This naval invasion shouldn't experience too much trouble. Ah, we have landed. Beautiful. That was probably unnecessary. I should have just attacked from the land. Yeah, that was quick. I'm going to also make them a puppet because I could use some more manpower. Them and perhaps Brazil, although probably not. Ah, crap, I forgot to do the extra research slot. Oh well, I'll do that when fighting Ecuador. Oh, the Germans have attacked the Soviets already. We are now ready to attack Ecuador, but we can't win this. I mean, we can, but we don't want to. I will explain. So, first we declare war, but we do not call our puppets. Now, I need to cancel my trade. Some of it, at least. So that we have at least 51 factories. Alright, now we are at war and in a faction, and we can get the last slot. But if I activate this border, if I call in Colombia, then we will defeat them quickly and we'll lose the option to have that focus continue. So I'm just going to stay at war and not do anything about it for a while. In the meantime, I will start justifying a war goal against Chile. Our war goal is ready, but I'm not going to use it yet. I do want to finish technology sharing before I do any military action here and dismantle the faction. Yes, I did say I want to cancel my faction. Why? Well, because factions give you notoriety. If we're just Cuba with possible puppets fighting people here, the Allies will bat an eye. But if we have a faction and we start calling people in, then that counts as a major war. And if we are in a major war, then, well, people like Ecuador can start joining the Allies. We only need the faction to do this, and after that, away with the faction. Oh, also, I realized I did destroyers instead of submarines. I wanted to do submarines because they have a greater range, and we might not be able to do an invasion of Chile with just destroyers. So I did a license production trade with the Soviet Union to get some submarines. Hopefully they will be enough to, get the drop on Chile. Research. Oh, right, technology sharing is done. Let's dismantle the faction. And yay, 5 research slots. I'm actually going to start researching submarines. And now that we no longer have a faction, we can, for one, declare war on Brazil, and secondly, let's continue. I want to redo my trade deals. Also, as for building stuff in Mexico, I don't think it's going to be that helpful. I need more skilled factories first. We have attacked Brazil, we should start justifying another war.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
And we are currently justifying East Chile. That's still going to take some time, but that's good. We'll have time to build some submarines. And once I research my own submarines, I'll have to get rid of these, of course, because licensing it from the Soviets is costing us quite a bit. No, Soviet Union, I don't want to join the faction, but I will buy your steel. Just try and send you to get the port quickly. Because then we'll get proper supply and we'll actually be able to do something in Brazil. This jungle is very difficult to penetrate. This is what I actually want to have the real offensive from down here. But we can, maybe we can succeed a little bit. Well, having researched our own submarine, we'll finish the Soviet one and then cancel our deal. Brazil is trying to land a naval invasion. I think I like the caps. Still didn't get the port, but we're almost there. Our justification on Chile is ready, but I'm going to delay declaring war for a little bit. So just simply get a few more submarines. I almost forgot we should justify another war goal time. That's okay.
Torpedoes, direct front. Stations, defend the base.
Thanks.
Torpedoes, direct front.
I think 40 ships should be enough. We just send a patrol here, so we can get naval supremacy and then fight. They will probably engage an enemy fleet, and as we don't weaken a small fleet, we'll probably lose quite a bit of them. However, it will all be a sacrifice worth paying if that gives us victory. And it should be right. In Brazil. Good. We have taken the port. Great. So afterwards, you just follow the coast. Let's declare war on Chile. Okay, does the naval invasion launch immediately? Yes, it does. Now we just need them to not be intercepted by enemy ships, but yeah, we're going to fight a naval battle, which is good, because if they are engaging our ships in battle, then they're not engaging our convoys in battle, which is the important bit. And, ooh, are they now engaging? No, no, not convoys. That is fine. Can I switch up the convoys route? I want them to join the battle. Will they just slip through? Yes, they will. Alright, great. Yeah, I switched the port to the furthest one because I thought this one is closer to the capital, so it might be better defended. And the northern ones, well, it would be logical for them to put more troops there because it's closer to me. So theoretically, the furthest port should be the weakest, although I'm not sure. How's the naval battle going? Oh crap, we lost almost all of our fleet. Can I order you to... Yeah, repair. Do not engage. Well, if that gives us Chile, it was worth it. And it seems like it will. Yes, it will give us Chile. Manual orders issued. Go. Oh, right, I should be okay. We'll have them in no time. The United States attacked Germany. And that is good news, because we wanted Germany to be weakened right now so we can attack all the fascist states in South America. How far are you from capitulation? Oh, just one province from capitulation. So we don't need to create any front lines, we just need to take this one, and they'll surrender. Okay, Chile is ours. I'm going to take everything. We don't really need more puppets, but I think I'll make Brazil one as well. Now it's time to beat up Argentina. Now, the attack on Brazil is pretty difficult, but it doesn't really matter. We'll get them through Argentina and Uruguay. I also now own planes. 5 planes to be exact. That might just be enough to give me air superiority. The US is influencing us, really? Well, they have nothing on our communist support. They will not succeed. Have I succeeded? Well, we have almost turned them communist. Actually, a civil war in the US might hurt us more than help us. Our war goal against Argentina is ready. There is no reason to delay that one. Let's attack. Now, we're still justifying against Uruguay. We could start another one, or wait. Wait 78 days. If I were to start justifying now, yeah, it will be better if we wait. No, I'm actually going to leave Paraguay alone for now and justify on
Bolivia.
Alright, continue. Argentina, you're mine. Do I have air superiority? No, not really. Probably the Brazilians are doing something about that. Yeah, the invasion of Brazil is actually going alright. I started producing some artillery and motorized, so we can get signal companies and, you know, the artillery attachments. Ah, good. Another port about to be taken. Yeah, I really might not need to attack Brazil from the south. Although we will see about that soon. Just order them all to go to their capital. Our war goal against Uruguay is ready, but I'm going to delay attacking a little bit, so that perhaps we can actually be at the borders already to take them out quickly. Ooh, that is a well-defended capital you got there. Ah, China has been taken. Yeah, just focus on this and leave them an avenue of escape. We are about to take Argentina. I have also decided that I'm not going to attack Uruguay, but I am actually going to let my war goal expire. That might seem like a mistake, and it probably is, but I don't want to risk it. Let me explain. I've checked my relationships with the Allies, and they do hate me a lot for all the world tension I've generated, and Uruguay is democratic. So, well, I didn't really fear that when we were attacking Ecuador, which was also democratic, but now I'm a bit worried, because they might be able to join the Allies at this point when I attack them, and that would ruin my whole plan. I mean, they probably wouldn't. The Allies don't bother about South American affairs usually, but by taking this Cuban land, I get closer to the Allies and so on, so it's theoretically possible, and I can't take that risk. We'll still attack Bolivia, Paraguay, Peru, Venezuela and so on, and we will attack Uruguay, but we will probably do that a little bit later. Unfortunately, I have to let the war goal expire because of that, and that will lower my national unity, but national unity is usually not a problem for me. However, what I can do is move this army here and use it to take Rio. Justification ready. Let's attack Bolivia. Shouldn't take too long to take them over. and towed rocket artillery is ready. I will start producing those soon, but now let's focus on our industry instead. Bolivia will be taken over soon, just a few more provinces, and then hopefully Brazil. They take Paraguay, then we wait for the Germans to start losing, then we take Peru, Venezuela, and the Dominican Republic. And then we attack the Allies and Uruguay. I mean, I could probably attack them, but it's a risk, because, you know, because they're democratic, and it's pretty late in the war, and the Allies are doing better now. So they could allow them to push, and kind of really like that. Bolivia. Give me everything, please. Couldn't. How long until this war? A very long time. So level. I should really make him a field marshal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We lose all the nice bonuses, but we do need a field marshal. Right, that should be the end of Brazil. Great. Now, I could use another puppet, men-wise. On the other hand, seeing how many factories Brazil has, I think I have a far better use for all their factories than for all their manpower. I'm going to just take everything. That is a lot of factories. A possibly final modification to our division template. Support rocket artillery. It's going to increase our soft attack very much. Alright, this actually looks like the Soviets are launching a counter-offensive. I will start justifying all the fascist countries. Our war goal is ready. We'll go until the one against Peru is ready. Right, I suppose we can start one against Venezuela. Super aggressive, please, and make sure you just move. Just go for their capital. Immediately. Paraguay. Oh, I could get Bolivia as well. Now I'm just going to take everything, of course. Right, now Peru and Venezuela. Mexico seems to have run out of manpower. That means I'll have to annex them soon. How's Germany doing? Not so great. Not so great at all. Now, normally I would probably jump on the opportunity to get some of that land. And, you know, maybe even join the Allies for a time. But we're not interested in any of that. We are interested in the Americas. We can lower Mexico's autonomy. Let's do that. Anyway, our justification is ready. Let's attack. Are they joining Axis? They are not joining Axis. Let us justify another war goal. And that will be everything before we attack the Allies. Let's just do a manual attack on Lima with everyone. Some of them are bound to succeed, and then they should surrender. Germany has capitulated. 46% communist. We could probably spark a civil war. Peru, you're going to be annexed. Now it is time for Venezuela. Probably should have puppeted Brazil. We're very close to annexing Mexico, and Venezuela can be now attacked. Let's go. Oh crap, of course I forgot to call in Colombia. Here we go. Just go to Caracas. Oh, they have surrendered. I am of course also going to take everything. And we can finally annex Mexico. But we're not going to do that just like that. First I'm going to deploy all the troops that Mexico has been training for me. And cancel the rest. Now we annex Mexico. Alright. What troops do you have? Infantry type 8 mostly. That is a 20 with 7-2 infantry with some support anti-tank. I suppose this is not bad. Seems like they won't go over service by requirement either. You know what, I should probably just release Brazil. Should have done that immediately. Brazilian Socialist Republic, and we're going to be using Brazilian troops next. See, Brazil went to service by requirement, and they have 1.8 million manpower. I'm going to be switching some of my units to Brazilian units, just to drain that manpower pool. Our war goal justification against the Dominican Republic is ready. Let's, without further ado, just attack. Oh. You're not doing so great. That is surprising. I suppose I could redirect a few naval invasions and just send them. Since they are clearly going to beat us here because I don't have enough supply and I thought they were going to be a very easy target, we have to activate naval invasions. I have activated 4 of those that were reserved for the islands here because I already started preparing my attack on the allies. So, yeah, let's launch them. Are you going to launch immediately or do I need to send my fleet out? I need to send my fleet out. And we can decrease Colombian autonomy. Come on, crap, I lost so many troops. Well, that was a mistake. But we should be victorious now. I should have done it this way from the start. I pointlessly lost a lot of troops. That was very stupid of me to do. Now it's time to redo some of our orders, reorganize the troops, deploy some units, and attack. I think I'm pretty much ready, so I'm just going to start justifying a war goal on the Allies as well as perhaps on Uruguay. I'll justify on them first, that's going to take a longer time. As for the Allies themselves, well, that's not going to take long at all. Yeah, let's do Jamaica. And get our orders in order. We're launching tons and tons of naval invasions. We're attacking all the Allied bits. And then we're converging all our forces on the US. Our war goal justification against the United States is ready. But let's prepare a bit more. I think we're ready to attack. Let's send our fleet to secure naval supremacy. Hopefully we will get that. Then our naval invasions will be able to launch. Now let's just wait until this becomes green. It has become green. There are 30 US ships. I have 60. That is more. And more is all that matters in terms of launching one big wave of naval invasions. They're gonna get a civil war, and a civil war can screw me over. I'm going to cancel boosting popularity. And I'm going to cancel all my trade with the US, of course. Oh right, it is your time to shine. Pimentel, let's declare war on the United States of America. This army will get smashed here because none of the really good troops are in this position. But this is not that important. The majority of the attack should come from naval invasions. Let's see if they actually launch. If they don't, I am in trouble. Have you launched? You have not launched? Really? Oh, no, you have. I need to call my allies in because some of them will not be able to launch. Now, that's better. That's better. All that matters is that I have more ships. I do have more ships, and I am getting smashed here, but that's not a big deal. Oh, those troops are strong, and when they beat up their enemies, they will rejoin the main front line. Yes, the invasions have launched. Great. That's a huge wave, isn't it? Let's hope they're successful. Let's hope at least some of them are successful. This is utter chaos, but, well, that's to be expected of war. You have landed. Perfect. Our naval invasion of Washington is about to land, and it seems like nobody's defending it. Well, this was supposed to be the main attack, and it seems to have worked perfectly. I have given my guys some manual orders. We have Washington. We're about to have Philadelphia. I have to switch my economy. Let's go to closed economy. This isn't great. The enemy has moved off here and will actually get the port. Good. I'm also sending off some of the troops. Oh, damn it. The Americans have landed in Cuba. Well, we are about to defeat them, still, that is an inconvenience. Can get Boston. Half of the East Coast is ours. We have encountered some resistance, but I think we'll be okay. This is the most difficult fight. Culminating point. Also, this is really a distraction. Yay, take Detroit. So the trip was actually. And then we need to make Los Angeles. About that won't go anywhere. Still in time. And we have successful. That is an American naval invasion. So unfortunate. Actually, I probably should have this guy Field Marshal and just assign to him. But the enemy has stupidly left this province. So we're going to see the enemy. We're going to Los Angeles. And then... Good thing I left a garrison. They're attacking us, and they are failing. Can we pull it through? It is possible. The justification is right. That is a scary ship. We are going to attack Uruguay, and these troops here well, they'll be relieved to do other stuff. Current capital is Chicago. Oh, almost there, but then they start. There's no for the capital, as usual. And they are at 48. We need to get them 40. I don't think San Francisco will be enough to do that. 40. Very soon. Go for Chicago. Reach Seattle. Well, then we win. Oh, wait a minute. I should be able to take Houston. The British have brought reinforcements. We have Houston, but we have lost Miami. Oh, it might be enough. No, 99%. But almost there. Wait a minute, I actually get to Chicago. Great. Yay. Let's redo some orders, shall we? Anyway, all that remains to be done is to secure all our coasts and finally finish annexing our puppets. I'm working on that. Right. What we can do is annex Colombia, and I'm gonna do that. First, the current capital of Canada. Is that sufficient? Not yet. Edmonton, 3 victory points. There we go. How much more do I need? Well, just minutes. All that is habituated. That's good. We got. Now, we just need to take this bit of the UK, this bit of the States, and, well, clean up some naval invasions that popped up in the meantime. I'm sending this guy to garrison the continent, basically. I told him to garrison all the continents. However, I think I'm going to disband some of his troops because these guys are pretty useless. Oh, I didn't get any manpower. Did they get returned home? No, they just disappeared. That's bad. Should have done that. I have deployed a lot of Brazilian Marines. Not really trained. And we're sending them to garrison all at once, everywhere. Seems like I have encountered a bug. Colombian Socialist Republic troops exist. Colombian Socialist Republic does not exist. I think I should make this if you have units that have been requested for disband the units. Well, you got a problem. Getting rid of some pesky allied nations so that our forces can garrison all ports and prevent them in the future. Oh, almost got Washington, didn't we? Well, almost, just won't kill it. Let's lower this. I think we've pretty much secured everything apart from Alaska. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a moment. It's big, it's slowly, and it's far away. Slowly. Those few naval invasions that succeeded, because they don't have ports. Generally, Alaska proves to be extremely problematic. But we're finding because of problems. In the meantime, I think allies invasions. Seems like we have everything. All of the but for the sake of being elegant, I'm also going to try and send some paratrooper drops here and here. Just, you know, for elegance sake. Suppose I could do that one as well. Nah. Alright, let's see if they actually will launch. Do I even have enough transport planes? Yes, yes I do. And this is about all that we have already. Cool. Parachutes are indeed quite powerful. What the hell did I just do? Oh crap, I switched all my marines into parachutes. I was supposed to do a copy. Oh no, not all of them. Just the Mexican marines. I switched them to parachutes. I just wanted to make a copy and make a template. It's the same template but with paratroopers. But I forgot to do duplicate and just send the paratroopers. Well. Anyway, I was also going to send a paradrop over here. Can you do that? Well, you can, but there's an enemy unit here. Oh, you were just landing. Well, good timing on my part then. I was able to take everything our paratroopers were trying to take, but in the meantime, the Allies landed an invasion in San Juan. This is like constantly trying to swat annoying flies. Of course, I could retake it with paratroopers or a naval invasion, and I could adjust my troops or get more manpower and just fill the coast with forces and so on. We could do that at this point. At this point, we're the most powerful country on Earth, I think, perhaps on par with the Soviet Union, but they are not our enemy. So that really wouldn't be a problem. But at this point, it's mostly cosmetics, and I did say at the beginning that the condition of victory is all the mainland Americas, and we do have that. So I'm going to retire to my glorious palace, I mean party headquarters, and rule all of the glorious communist Americas, now known as revolutionary. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to let me know in the comments what you thought about the challenge, what you thought about my strategies, what you would have done the same differently, what you thought about the musical bits and if they annoyed you, and most importantly, put some suggestions in the comments for my next challenge. The one that gets the most likes is not a sure winner, but it is very, very likely to be done and posted on the channel. Also, if you like what I'm doing and you'd like to support the channel, consider visiting my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching again, and see you next time. And now to end this video, one more thing. A collective challenge for all of you, the viewers. Can you identify all the 28 songs I'm using in this video? And the prize will be nothing else but your own
satisfaction.
Hello everyone, I am Torior and welcome to another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. Today we're going to be playing as Luxembourg and beating up Germany. As always, regular difficulty, Ironman mode and historical focuses. Let's go. And I might seem slightly more relaxed than I usually am in those challenges, and if so, then that would be due to a certain Mr. Jack who's visiting from Tennessee and keeping me company this fine evening. First, political effort, and we wait. Playing as Luxembourg isn't actually as difficult as it would seem, but you have to make the right political choices, of course. Political effort is done, let's hire a silent workhorse. His extra political power will work wonders for our country. As for the next focus, industrial effort. Oh, I forgot. I am going to be constructing bunkers all over Luxembourg, but we also need one airfield. With industrial effort, we're going to do the 2 construction focuses and then armament effort. We have accumulated enough political power to hire an advisor. Let's go for a fascist demagogue, of course, and do the higher-ups. Paratroopers are now researched. Let's train some, shall we? Let's say, like, 12? Maybe 16 is fine as well. Concentrated industry. Again, enough political power to modify the government. I am going to hire a military theorist, mostly because I will actually need all that army experience he will provide us with. Construction effort to complete. Now we go for armaments. I only need around 4 or 5 planes of this type. After that we will cancel this production line and focus on other stuff. I am purposely not deploying them yet. Let's go with free trade and the final armament effort. The Spanish Civil War doesn't really concern us in this playthrough, although I might end up conquering Spain in the meantime, we'll see. The coup activator. Soon we'll get an election, that will give us plus 10% support, and then Then the coup. 4 military factories should be more than enough. I will cancel these 2 relatively soon, once we build up enough of a supply of infantry equipment, and then we'll focus on fighters, artillery, and support equipment. Oh, speaking of equipment, increase the popularity of fascists, and use our experience to reduce the size of our paratrooper regiments. This is wrong. 3,000 manpower. Let's cancel that line, because we're wasting manpower that way. And the fascist coup. Perfect. Alright, is it better now? Yes, it is. It seems like a bug. I should probably report this. I can also start justifying war goals, but it's not yet time to do so. Let's go to limited conscription for now. Now we can do collectivist ethos and go down to militarism. It's already September. It's about time we started justifying some war goals. Netherlands tend to get an advisor that makes it more difficult. Did you get him? Yes, you did. Am I going to be ready? Yes. Let's start justifying war goals on the Netherlands and on Belgium. Yes, we're going to conquer them both simultaneously to get some factories, which we'll then use to beat up others. Ultimately, Germany. I believe we have enough infantry equipment stored. Let's cancel that production, so we can start making fighters, which will be more than necessary. Extensive conscription. And finally, militarism. I think 4 transport planes is more than enough for our needs. Let's cancel that so we can get more fighters. Militarism is complete. That means we have enough manpower and army experience to modify our templates to their desired shape. And this is what we want our paratroopers to be. Let's go to war economy. I'm going to deploy these guys ahead of time. They're not fully trained, but if I train them manually, we will be able to get them to higher levels. I'm going to modify the original infantry template and switch maybe 4 of them. This way they will only require... Oh, wait a minute. How about manpower? Well, I'll disband one if it's necessary. This way they will only require infantry equipment. One of the justifications is ready. We have now less than 2 months until we attack. Both our war goals are ready now, and I have sent my troops to assume attack positions. But we still have a little bit of time before we have to declare the wars. Alright, it's about time to do that now. Let's deploy our planes. 53 fighters. This might be insufficient, actually. We'll see soon. Other than that, we do want to join the Axis. Ask to join faction, slow the game down, unpause for 1 hour. Oh, did I forget to select a focus? Extra research slot. And declare both wars simultaneously. Okay, now they should attack me here, but I have 6 levels of forts, which should be more than enough to defend ourselves. Now what we need is air superiority. Let's speed things up, and they should distribute themselves along our and German borders. Okay, there's a lot of them here now. This looks fine. Alright, let's activate the orders. I have sent paratroopers to all the Belgian victory points, and that should succeed. Let's slow it down a bit, because I'll need to give them orders immediately. Okay, yeah. You attack Brussels, and one of you attacks Ghent. There'll be other paratroopers dropping in Brussels soon, and we should win this easily. Okay, now we go to Namur. All 5 of you. We have taken Liège, and that should be enough to make them capitulate. And it is. Yeah, we don't need to fight them anymore. But let's just wait. And they have capitulated. Alright, we are going to satellite Zaire, because we could always use some puppets, and there's hardly any factories in the area. And they will get their factories from focuses. Other than that, we will take all the remaining states, because there's a lot of factories in Belgium. Okay, pause. And now we need to adjust our orders quickly, because we want to annex Netherlands in the same manner. Now you cancel all your orders and manually go north. Now you will go through here to Amsterdam, will go straight to Amsterdam. And let's say half of you will go to Amsterdam through Eindhoven. I think that's how it's pronounced. You guys will be assigned to a new order, which is a paradrop on Amsterdam. And the guys that were defending Luxembourg will also do. Oh right, you're not paratroopers anymore. I switched you. Should I switch them back? Yes, I should. I've assigned them some new orders. I'm going to activate them immediately. One on each victory point. Hopefully that will be sufficient. Do we still have air superiority? Yes, we do. Let's unpause and annex Netherlands. Okay, can we get Amsterdam? We got everything else. And that is it. Okay, as for Netherlands, if I just take everything, then Dutch East Indies would stay independent, but we can select to satellite them, and they are going to be an amazing puppet for us. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Take Suriname. Did I want that? That's fine. Suriname is somewhere in South America, right? Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. This is our initial attack, and this will provide us with a strong base that will let us, well, it will let us get the next research slot, but also prepare to fight whoever we choose to fight next. I've had some rest and made my decision. We are going to stay allied to Germany, but we're not going to join the war against the Allies. Even though it would be fun, it would prolong the challenge unnecessarily. Now begins a period of preparation, although we might declare war on Hungary when they turn fascist and then use paratroopers to land there. I've switched to colonial templates of paratroopers. As for our other puppet, the Luxembourg East Indies, they only have an infantry template, a pure infantry template, but they do have a ton of manpower, so I hope they will be building that pure infantry in large numbers, and then I'll just request it and use it. Now, the fact that we're part of the Axis will probably make it easier for Germany to conquer France, since France will garrison the Maginot Line less, because they have to garrison our borders as well. But we'll see, maybe I'm wrong in this. And we have to closely monitor... Oh, wait a minute, Hungary is fascist already. Well then, 72. This is going to be split into 3 armies, of course. Now, if I understand the game mechanics correctly, I might be wrong in this, we will be able to send a paradrop from Allied territory without calling my ally into war. Might be wrong in this, but I think that is the case. Now, we could use that. Actually, I could use that. I could use that to get technology sharing. I'll just not start the paradrop until we finish technology sharing. Okay, we have ideological fanaticism. That will let us do technology sharing, which is why I'm not focus when we want to declare war on Hungary first. Alright, justification on Hungary is ready. Let's declare war. And not activate our orders yet. I'm still training those guys. Should I still be training those guys? Probably not. Anyway, now we can do technology sharing. Should have done that immediately, of course. And when that's done, then we activate the order against Hungary and take Hungary. Oh, and France is not doing well. France is gonna fall soon. I'm considering who to attack next. Should we attack anyone else? It's possible we could take Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey. Yeah, probably. But I might have to attack China to do so. For quick war justifications. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish our focus, and I feel like it's start justifying already. Let's start justifying on China. And now we can select extra research slot 2. Go, land. Right. And they surrendered. Now, normally puppeting Hungary is usually a good idea because they tend to provide you with a lot of troops. However, I think I will benefit more from just taking their territory, since we already do have a puppet that has tons of manpower. Now that reminds me, I need to request forces from you. We're going to attack China, just so we can justify war goals quickly. Oh, France has capitulated, that was quick. And Italy got all of it. Surprising. Let's declare war. Let's start this. Against Turkey. Anyway, we are ready. Right, justification is complete. Let's attack. And let's try justifying on Yugoslavia.
General quarters.
Right, China's called Turkey, Turkey joined, Romania has been called in, and we're justifying on Yugoslavia. Right, our troops should be able to land. Oh, did I send our planes to do the thing they need to do? Make sure we get superiority everywhere. Start dropping. Ah, some of them were lost. Is that enough to make you surrender? Now, if I am correct, Romania should be capitulating now. And they did. Okay, with Romania we're going to take everything. Apart from these two. Okay, we took all that land. Now, Yugoslavia, will you get guaranteed? Hopefully not. I am going to boost party popularity and make them more fascist. Japan has joined the Axis. That could cause us some trouble. Damn it. A week left. Screw that, we don't need Yugoslavia. Extra research, no, that means we move on to technology sharing. Now, we do kinda need Bulgaria. Yugoslavia joined allies. Oh, interesting. Actually, this might be an opportunity, because since Yugoslavia joined allies and Yugoslavia is justifying on Bulgaria, Bulgaria should not get guaranteed if I do that as well. Let's try that. Okay, no guarantee. Let's go. They'll join the Chinese, but as long as Germany doesn't join the Chinese war, we're fine. And they have capitulated. We got all other stuff. Now it's time for Turkey. Let's establish a front line, because they're probably guarding all these treatments. It's the important ones. Let's establish a front line, and then we'll do some paratrooper drops. They don't fight us. Well then, probably no paradrops. Okay, you know what? We don't actually need to defeat Turkey. We just need them to be involved into fighting. So, in order for us to not lose troops pointlessly, I am going to relocate one of my paradrop armies over to China and help Japanese allies. No, don't go through here, there's a Turkish navy. Alright, that's better. It might be further, but you will avoid the Turkish navy. Luxembourg, East Indies, so many troops, I like them so very much. I'll be requesting all of those soon. Could I get Greece? Probably not, but I might want to try. They'll probably get guaranteed by the Allies immediately. Yep, cancel. Romania has been annexed by the Soviets, yes. This is why I couldn't take those territories, otherwise we would be attacked. Italy seems to be quite good at protecting the territory they got. Germany usually sucks at this. Germany is doing well so far, we'll see how far they can take it. Okay, they have landed. Let's cancel their orders and get them to an airport. I have air superiority, I have my troops ready, let's do the paradrops. China should capitulate shortly. Ah, this one's defended, that's a pity. You take this one. Is that enough to make it capitulate? Oh, there's another, I forgot. I think I'm going to join the German war against the Soviet Union, because they're doing much better in this than they theoretically should be. Italy holding France. If I can find the precise moment when there's only this one cavalry unit there, I'm feeling pretty confident that we just Alright, they're landing. Ah, okay. China should surrender now. What? Why the hell is Germany and Italy taking stuff here? They were not involved in the war. Well, I'm angry now. Oh, now you're giving me war score. Once all the good stuff was taken, of course. At least I did get 2 provinces to take it. Oh, this. Okay, that's a good province. Damn it. You know what? I'm going to join the war against the Soviet Union. Because with this situation and with this taken, I'm pretty sure that Germany should be able to beat them. I'm working on reducing their autonomy. Then we'll have the option to, use more of their manpower. Also, I need to get a colonial template from them. And start training those. Bloody Italy. Took my burgers. Let's just join the war against the Soviets. We can manage that. And I'm going to make progress in this country's environment. Also, I'm going to call Luxembourg East Indies. And Luxembourg Congo, because why the hell not? And maybe they'll get some more scrap, which they will later transfer to me. Yeah, see? They're attacking from the south as well. This might be the deciding factor, actually. Okay, this is looking good. I'm just going to leave it for a while. It's time to add towed rocket artillery to the template. And signal companies. 4%, which is actually a decent amount. Together with our puppet, we have as much as Italy. I have pushed manually a bit, and I'm about to take Moscow. Of course, not as much as Germany will get, but let's be realistic. If I can get like 1/10 of the Soviet Union, that's still good. I need to get some manpower back. I'm going to need to create a new template out of here. And just although I think I'm having the most success just using paratroopers on empty places, so I don't need a full paratrooper unit with all the support stuff. I just need empty paratrooper unit that only lands on empty places. Let's say that and call it paratroopers crappy. That will save me a lot of manpower. And I suppose I could do that and make paratroopers non-crappy with all the support companies. I might have a use for that later. Paratroopers non-crappy. Let's change all our paratroopers into paratroopers crappy. See, 36,000 manpower. And I can always increase my manpower loss. Actually, Germany, may I get some control of states from you? Okay, I decided to take these and Moscow. Why? Well, because it will make it more difficult for Germany to take these lands. And they will want to connect their territories. So they will want to take them. So they will spend more work on taking them, thus leaving me with more war score to take whatever I want. Not sure if this is actually a sound plan. We'll see soon. Yay, Luxembourg. Oh, Italy, do you want to give me something? You want to give me all of it? Thank you so much. Okay, capitulated. Leningrad has been taken, Soviet has capitulated. What can I get at the peace conference? And I could take land myself, but since I am puppeting the Soviet Union, it will be better to just give it to them. So let's end the turn. Wait, let's see how much land we got. Yeah, Germany got the majority as was expected, but we did get quite a lot. How many factories? Lots of manpower, yes, 26 civilian, 31 military. Not great, but decent enough. Also, countries like Xinjiang will also contribute. Of course, they have less factories. Manpower, but they are not irrelevant. They'll make troops, and then I will take those troops. Quick update, Norway has been defeated, and the United States have joined the war. But I'm pretty skeptical as to their ability to actually do something. I started justifying a war goal on Tuva, which somehow escaped our annexation, and is communist and independent, so we should be able to annex it without any trouble. And for now, I have completed the justification of a war goal against Tuva. Tuva, of course, is communist, so we can attack them without any consequences, and I will call in my puppets to do that. A nice little territory sandwiched between our puppets. Safe source of factories. Capitulated. Where is my peace conference? I'm going to take it for myself. Extra factories, thank you very much. I have no manpower and still deploy these guys, which is great. Actually, just use them like this. Alright, I'm tired of waiting, and I'm pretty sure I can deal with them now. Let's get ready to fire the Axis, requesting all the forces from all my subjects. Almost all our troops have arrived in position, the few stragglers, well, let's just say they will have to make do somehow. Long story short, we have to exit the faction and then re-request all our puppet units, because they will be sent home when we change the faction. And then, well, then we attack. Of course, we could easily defeat the Allies together, but that's not the goal. I have already, strayed from the goal by taking a lot of Russian territory. But it was a stepping stone. And now we leave the faction. Theoretically, Germany should still have a war goal on me. What they should do around Machina. Maybe they have done that. Maybe the war goal has expired. Not sure. Left the faction. Now I need to re-request all the troops and do the orders properly. Yeah, right. I have distributed them properly. Now it's time to justify a war goal. It's going to be against Italy because Germany has modifiers that make it last longer, as you can see. So let's attack Italy. Let's conquer Rome. I had to use full backline orders because you can't drag a front line among multiple, guys. Are you not getting supplies? Oh, that's a problem. These naval bases are not enough for you. We'll need to connect immediately. Justification is ready. I'm going to quickly rejoin the faction. Again, I'm going to transfer some of these forces over to our main territory because the supply situation here is not great. Go through our temporarily allied territory, and once you're through, we'll exit the faction again, and then re-request the troops, and so on, and then declare war. I did keep the paratroopers. I might use them to disrupt enemy supply lines. Maybe that would be necessary. Our troops have arrived. Time to exit the faction again. Well, not all of them have arrived, but most of them, and that's enough. Okay, once again. Do I still have the war goal in Italy? I do. So again, leave a faction. And again, we need to re-request all the units. It is a bit tedious. Declare war immediately. And I'm not calling my puppets in. Luxembourg declared war in Italy. Nationalist Spain has been called in, and Germany. Now I can redo the order. Let's cancel that. And get a front line. Alright, let's see how well we can do. You're also at war with Japan, but that's not a big problem. Because I didn't call my puppets in. So they have literally no way of hurting us. It is looking good so far, but they have not had the time to prepare a defense. See, they're starting to actually provide some defenses, but we are advancing fast, and they are unlikely to be able to resist. You know what? Do I really need to garrison those ports here? I don't think so. Once we reach Switzerland, I will be switching up the attack orders a little bit. Ah, the Allies have used the opportunity to land a raiding party. Well, it isn't a big one. Oh crap, I forgot to research shock and awe, because I was waiting for the bonus. Damn it. Alright, this is looking okay. This is looking okay. Okay, we're losing ground here, but this isn't important. These guys here are necessary, yes, but they're mostly necessary for the Axis to split their forces and to try to defend against us on both fronts. And thanks to that, we can have some amazing progress up here. Also, let's get a new order for Italy. France did regain a little bit of territory. Then again, no, don't take Vienna. I want to take all the Polish territory. Essentially, the moment we take Vienna, they surrender. But if I can occupy all the Polish territories, we will have control over them till the end of the war. How are we doing in Spain? Not great. How are we doing in Italy? Great. You know what? We're almost able to connect the territories. If we can connect the territories, my troops down here will start receiving reinforcements and thus stay alive. Spain is holding strong, Italy isn't. As you can see, we have connected our territories. We now control all that used to be Poland. Let's proceed to capitulate Germany. Vienna time, everyone. How about Italy? Well, there usually is a problem with Italy concerning Palermo, but as you can see, the Allies have already landed there. And they should surrender now. German Reich has capitulated to us. Orders redone. Won't take long. Let's take Croatia and Italy. Italy has capitulated. Of course it has. And I got the land. Slovakia has capitulated. Here is a little trick I decided to play on the Spanish. I'm going to send all my paratroopers, one for each province. I have purposely excluded all the port provinces and the frontline provinces because they're likely to be defended. And I'm going to send them and hope they can disrupt enemy supply and thus give me an easy victory. Also have deployed some fighters to ensure high superiority. So we'll do that.
Battle starts.
Seems like all of them are defended, or almost all of them. Let's see, these guys are really expendable. This is just one unit each. And they only make sense if you drop them into empty provinces. But what you do, the enemy will either lose supply because we cut that off, or the enemy will focus on defeating them and thus give us some room to advance. So even if we lose all of them, and that makes us capitulate Spain, well, it will still be worth it. Now let's cancel these orders so I can see clearly now. The drops have gone. Should be a bit easier now, if they can redistribute themselves properly quickly enough. It did cost us those paratroopers. Alright, finally, Spain has capitulated. That means the only remaining bit of resistance is Japan, and I might have to deal with it myself. I've distributed the troops accordingly. Oh, I forgot these paratroopers. Oh well, I can just stay and do whatever. I need to occupy an airbase. Should have gone with heavy fighters. Pusan? Well, this place is garrisoned, so we're not going there. Someone has landed. It isn't me. Is it Australia? We managed to land a few units, but I can't get a port. Perhaps if we get a little bit more territory, I'll be able to snag one of those ports. And then we can expand more. But as you can see, the Allies are also landing troops. Is China considered a great one? Yeah. Frustrating. I hate having to fight Japan at the end of a campaign. We're using the semi-crappy paratroopers. Seems like we need to take Nagoya now. But now... Well, now we have supply. Oh, we have taken Osaka back. It is unfortunate. Alright, Japan is about to capitulate. I have landed a few paradrops, and now we just need to take Nagoya, most probably. And they should give up afterwards. Alright, finally. In the meantime, you guys can take care of China. Yeah. The US or UK is nuking people, but they're not nuking the right people. They should be nuking reorganized nationalist China, and they are nuking Yunnan Free Empire for some reason. Okay, hopefully it will end soon. Not much longer left, hopefully. Actually, I do have one nuke, so let's waste it. In other words, let's drop it even though we don't have to. On a place that doesn't need to be nuked. Boom. Alright. They should capitulate. Probably when I take this. Maybe when I take this. Probably when I take this. And there's the peace conference. Alright, I'm going to show you a little trick that moves the other parties in your peace conference, like, you know, like the other allies, from actually liberating countries or getting, you know, freeing countries, changing their governments and so on. We're going to shadow puppet everyone. Not really, because it doesn't work. You do it that way, and then at the peace conference you will end up without puppets. But it's good for preventing the allies, and I only want to take stuff for myself because we are ending this playthrough and I want it to look impressive. So, how do we shadow puppet people? I should probably make a separate video about this. We click every participant one by one and click take all states, and then do all the satellites and a puppet. Next, Japan, take all states, satellite, satellite, puppet. Don't do those with numbers, so you can do those separately. And then unselect, take all states. See, they all cost 0, but they will count as us kind of reserving the puppeteering. And if we continue from there and then give them territory, that will not work. They will not end up as puppets. But what we could do is make them puppets with just one province. Then that would work. Where was I? Oh, right, continuing with that. Italy, take all states, satellite everything, puppet, untake all states, and repeat for all participants. The allies can't change governments or liberate countries. 0 cost, like 40 or 50 puppets. But we won't really get them. It doesn't really work if you leave it like this. You have to give them at least one province when you are initially puppeting them, otherwise this will not work. I have to stress this. Okay, but it will work if all we need to do is take land. And all we really want to do is first, let's fulfill the requirements of the challenge. It was to annex Germany. I am interpreting that as taking all Germany's original cores, but we can easily do that and more. So let's extend that to taking all of Germany's cores, period. So the stuff they got through events as well, like Czechoslovakia and Memo and Austria. Okay, we've done that. We have plenty of war score left. So let's take some more land and make our country more aggressive, shall we? This is as much as we can take in the first round of negotiations. Let's end the first round. Alright, so UK and US are very likely to take some land in Asia. But we are going to do this past several times, so we have a ton of war score. Oh, Britain took all of Africa. I'm fine with that. I was not interested in that land anyway, and I can easily defeat Britain if I so choose. Okay, Luxembourg took 260 states. Now with 1,500 factories, although we probably have like another 1,000 to repair. And normally I would probably puppet them, but we're ending it here, and I wanted my country to look good. And it does look good. Okay, so there's the challenge for you. Luxembourg was supposed to conquer Germany, but the situation was such that I really couldn't do that without conquering much else. And in the end, well, we ended up taking a lot of territory. But in the interest of keeping our borders tight, because I know some of you really, really don't like expansive borders, but yeah, that's why it looks nice, doesn't it? I am going to release some puppets. Not Germany, but only needed Germany. So I am going to, for example, release Italy. I'm going to release Shaanxi. We're only going to be left with German lands. Belgium, I mean, this is pretty much my core afterwards, isn't it? Although I needed to do that, so I'll release everything but Germany, and then post that, and people will wonder how that happened. Yeah. Let's release Poland. Czechoslovakia and Austria stay because they were next by Germany. Okay. This is gonna be my new thumbnail. Just need to name Luxembourg pop up. And this looks like we're kind of small, but I'm going to create my own faction just to show you all the territories I've conquered. So, let's create a faction and call it Luxembourg, something Luxembourg. Oh yeah, let's call it Lux Perpetua, which means I think eternal light, but in a better idea. Luxembourg Perpetua. That's eternal Luxembourg, isn't it? Alright, now I need to invite all the countries to the faction.
Retreat now!
Oh, I got the Puppet Master achievement. I think I never went so far with the puppets. I have invited all my puppets to my faction. Let's unpause. Yeah, that's quite a lot of puppets. Alright, and now let's have a look at our faction. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now I could turn this into a full world conquest, wouldn't really be much of a problem, we still have quite a lot of time left. But that was not the challenge, was it? The challenge was to take Germany. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you thought about it, if you liked it, if you didn't, what you would have done the same, what you would have done differently. And most importantly, let me know what other challenges you would like to see on the channel by suggesting them in the comments. And the highest voted comment with a suggestion is very likely to be filmed. Also, if you would like to support what I do, and let me do more of it, my Patreon link is in the description if you would like to support the channel. And that is it. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Goodbye. Hello everyone, I am Torio, and welcome to my newest Answer My Phone challenge. This time we're going to start in 1939 as Poland. Yes, we are. I think I played in 1937 phase. However, I have made an exception for this challenge because it is to play as Poland, and so I'm going to reject it. For the purposes of this challenge, the victory conditions are to exist after initial and, not have capitulated in the meantime as us, and also be at peace. So we don't need to conquer anyone, we just need to survive. Right, let's get going. Difficulty. And yeah, and you can see I'm going to try a few approaches to this. As far as I know, there are at least two ways you can do this. One would be just defend this area really, really well, and the other one is what I'm actually going for, and it's a little bit more sneaky. I'm going to add all these troops here, and switch them all to the border guard, which is just infantry without anything else. And I'm going to try and hold just these three provinces. Just these three, nothing else. Let's build some forts, shall we? Right, and as for research, this, and this, and encryption, and the doctrine. Let's train some more of these guys and make this a priority. My way of approaching this challenge is really sneaky and slightly exploitative, but also risky because it relies on a luck, slightly. Now, we're going to do internationalism. As for our factories, they're only going to be producing infantry weapons. Maybe we can get one convoy down before the Germans take our dockyards. And modifications of the government. We're going to hire an infantry equipment production company, a military theorist, an infantry expert, defense expert, and we're also going to free trade to speed up our construction a little bit. And finally, we're going for a fascist demagogue. Yes, really. And that is about it. Let's assign Władysław Sikorski to lead our troops and get all our planes into our capital. And there you go. Also, yeah, sure, you can help the initial phase. No, you know what? Don't help the initial phase. We want you to survive the initial phase. And that is about it, I suppose. Yeah, let's get going. Italy pursues closer bonds with Germany. I'm going to ask to join a faction. I'm not sure if that actually affects the world tension. I need the world tension to be as high as possible. Let's annoy Hitler a little bit. Right, anything else? Maybe yeah, let's set the deployment point for our capital and the order for the line we've painted. Okay, good. Go. First forts are popping up. Come on, don't attack me yet. Ah, damn it, they attacked me. Oh well, we have 3 forts, and those provinces are all we need to survive. But we can't lose any of them. And what we can do is deploy some more troops soon. Also, I should lower the combat width of this. Let's just, yeah, reduce the size and deploy. We need tons of small units. Also, now I can switch my manpower laws, but perhaps I shouldn't yet. We're not at 0 manpower yet. Get in position. And hopefully you can survive the initial attack. We will need to be cycling troops between our forces, and we're not joining the Allies, at least not yet. Alright, so far so good. They seem to be defending themselves nicely. I will accept all the Allies are proposing, apart from joining their faction. Is it time for us to increase our manpower laws? No, but it's time for us to deploy some more troops. We're going to be doing that constantly, just deploying more and more and more forces. Training is unimportant. What is important is that we have tons of them. Ah, and we're out of manpower. Alright, let's go to extensive conscription. Why have you stopped your advance? I don't mind. Please don't go any further.
I need support.
I mean, perhaps they are concerned that we have so many units. Also, I need to lower their combat width. I think 8 would be optimal in this situation, because we want as many as possible, but we don't want to get the stacking penalties to be too high. Although we could go as low as just 2 combat width, and that should also theoretically work, because of how quickly we can produce the units versus how quickly they can kill them, and I think we can outproduce them killing our units. Now let's just keep deploying. And they have halted their attack for some reason. I'm not sure why. Is that because I have so many units? If so, that's even better. I wonder if that is repeatable or a random occurrence in the AI. Anyway, I'm not going to mess with a good thing, and I'm not going to move our troops anywhere. And my strategy essentially depends on just holding these 3 provinces. So we should be fine whatever happens, because I'm pretty sure we can hold these. Alright, Germany is attacking towards France. Oh, and they're moving in here. I can change my combat width. I think 8 is optimal for this purpose. Ah, see, they're attacking again. Is that because I changed my combat width? No matter, we should be fine anyway. I'm not sure why they had this brief pause in their attacks. No, I have tested this strategy, but with a slightly different position. Still, it wasn't really problematic. So it should be relatively smooth sailing. Let's switch to go right with our next focus. And they're concentrating their fire on my capital, but I have a lot of troops I can reinforce with, and I can keep deploying new ones, which is generally a pretty useful thing. So let's do infiltration next. Of course you can do better and just fortify this area very well, then you have the production to maybe repel the Germans, but I'm looking for a very perhaps slightly dirty solution, but also a quick one that will most likely bring victory. And by just defending these 3 provinces in a test game and not doing any other aspects of the strategy, I went as far as 1942. Oh crap, I forgot, I was supposed to be justifying a war goal in Finland. Damn it, that's gonna set me back some time. Yeah, I was supposed to start that as soon as I could. Damn. I want to German soviets early. Oh, damn it. This is not what I want. We don't want fascist sympathizers in the military. This is not the event I'm looking for. Now, theoretically, I could lower the combat width. I think they're doing pretty well. Then again, in one of the test games, I was just using a 1 unit. They couldn't kill them quickly enough. I produced new units faster than the Germans destroyed them. That is something to consider as well. Okay, it might be time to use our planes now. We could get air superiority, at least briefly. That should give us some more time. Another thing is that having tons of small divisions means the leader gains experience faster. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but hey, it's helpful. Ah, we're out of manpower. No matter, we're just going to service by requirement. New research available. I should probably do... What should we do? 61 days before this finishes. You know what? I'm just going to wait with this research slot. I don't need anything.
Fighter airborne.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. This is gonna give me encryption earlier. Paris has fallen. That means... And France has capitulated. That means the Germans are going to send some more troops our way soon. And let's do military youth. Nothing is changing in our strategy. I keep deploying troops and they keep attacking. Yugoslavia has joined the war. All business as usual, apart from one thing. We are now at the cutoff point for the event I'm waiting for. We can now get the Civil War. And I should start modifying my units. I'm going to lower their combat width to just 1 unit, but I need to do it gradually, so we won't die. So I should cancel the order. Why do I want to lower the combat width? Well, because if they're just 1 unit, I will actually be able to produce units faster than the enemy can kill them. And those units are horrible at normal combat, but at a cheeky situation like this, they're quite useful. I can essentially defend myself forever with them. But defending ourselves forever and waiting for the Axis to lose is not our plan. The plan is slightly different. I can decrease the combat width yet again. Deploy. Let's capitulate. Good to know. I'm ready to deploy more. What I am ready to do is add more to be trained. Let's go to 200. Because it looks cool. Because even if these we still have 43 other units that are ready to fight and at full strength. Now I don't need all that many units to be actually fighting at a given moment, so let's retreat some of them. I need to do this gradually, otherwise they might just, surrender. Military youth is done. Let's do the bomb next. Also, we're past the cutoff point for the event. Way past the cutoff point for the event. Where the hell is my event? So changed my mind about the attack on Finland. Let's cancel that. I can join the Allies now. Hey, Allies. Not really gonna change anything, but we need that for later. Okay, with that done, we can do the improved infantry equipment. So, how about that civil war, eh? Let's retreat some of you, and let's send some of you back to battle. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game, but I don't understand the intricacies of the battle system yet. So, how about that civil war? Would you like to make it happen for me? So we're going to start researching. Ha! Finally. Okay. Now, not to screw this up, let me think a moment, because I need to do a few things. The Civil War. Because this is what we've been waiting for. This is the event we've been waiting for. I need to think this through carefully. I mean, I did think this through, but I have several there. I'm not sure which one is the right one. I don't want to waste this opportunity. You know what, I should probably get these guys over here before we do that. Because we're gonna get this, and this will the other one, we'll get the other bit. So let's slow this down so the Germans don't get the territory. I'm not sure if that is actually pointless or not. Might be pointless. Let's, yeah, let's do the Civil War. And that was, yes, this is my master plan. Because now, well, apparently I didn't get as many troops as I hoped I would. No matter, because now we're no longer at war with Germany. We are just at war with Poland. But it's not the end, we still need to win the Civil War. We still need to win the Civil War. Civil War. Wait a minute. What's wrong with your orders? Let's redo them. And there's not enough of these. Seems the ones I was training are also not all here. But some of them are, and that's fine. Okay.
All stations.
Listen, we should now get all this territory. Oh, I need a new commander, don't I? Do you think I could just attack here? Perhaps get which before. I should have demolished the fort. Can you do that? Can you demolish forts? I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe I can get it before they time to organize themselves. I also need a commander. Unfortunately, our guy went over to the other side of the Civil War. So we're going to take this one. So I promote him to Field Marshal. Yes, we need the troops. Okay, you're now my Field Marshal. Can I actually take over which before we're able to do anything? I don't think so. It seems like they have a lot more troops than I do. We'll have to go about this. Oh, but Germany is retreating from our territory now. All I actually need is this bit. We can even expand beyond it if we want to. Oh, they're concentrating all their troops here. Might even be better. Might even be better. See, something is buggy, because in the Civil War, while this is going on, this is all controlled by Germany. I don't get my factories back, but I think neither do they. And there's less factories here. So, even if it's a war of attrition, we have the upper hand in that. And I am training new units all the time. I'm going to let them train properly. If something is wrong with supply, I'm not sure if my guys are going to get reinforcements properly.
Fighter
Let's
returning
see
to
to build up my new units. Because I have more. More strength. And we're not a war. We're not a war with anyone. I mean, we do need to win this war. It doesn't seem we should have much trouble doing that. They seem to have the superior network. That is, I think, a temporary problem. But I could join the Axis now. Relations and all that. Yeah, see? We brought them back. There's no patience. Their stacking penalties are so big that they don't need to do anything. Also, I can take this now. You. Half of you. You can take this. Push them back. The more troops they have in one province, the better for us, actually. And see, the Axis are inviting us to the faction. I'm not going to this out, because then we would lose all this territory to the Soviet Union. And to be fair, I'm probably going to lose all that territory to the Soviet Union anyway, but why hasten that? Also, let's do Polish militarism.
Reporting the position
Why
of a
not?
strategic
And
target.
if you'd like to say that I was lucky that I got the Civil
Victory is
War,
in sight.
well, I really didn't. This is my first try. I just tried it and tried it
Reporting a
until I
target
got one.
position.
I'm just gonna let them auto-deploy once they're trained up. We are not in a hurry anymore. Now we can just sit back and enjoy. It's slightly frustrating that this Civil War requires so much patience on our part. But it does, yeah. Also, we have built a fort that is now a problem to us.
Enemy battleship sighted.
We'll win anyway.
Concentrate fire on the target.
If you look at them here, you can see, well, over a big period of time, if you keep looking for a few months, you'll see the average strength is slowly declining. It's 16 now. Just a few more months. And we'll take that one province. That's a nice experience level. But they have been fighting this forever, so it kinda makes sense. Okay, we win. That's the end of the Civil War. And our
Our
challenge
victory
fulfilled,
is in
isn't it?
sight.
We're not at war with everyone anymore. We're not at war with anyone anymore. We have all our territory back. Back to normal with the factories and stuff. And now we can do whatever we want. We can join one of the factions. We can just stay neutral forever. Though, the Soviet Union will demand this territory, but we can just give it to them and be happy with this. Or, we can now start playing normally, because we have our manpower back, we have our factories back, and we have our freedom back, kinda. So yeah, that's the challenge for you. That's how you survive. Well, that's
victory
one
is
of
in
two ways
sight.
I know. One is just defending very well, but that's kind of a cheeky, sneaky way to survive the German attacks in 1939. And I must say, I enjoyed devising this strategy quite a
Torpedoes
lot.
to port.
And I know I could continue this. I could conquer the Germans. I could conquer the Soviet Union. I
Torpedoes
could
to
do
stern.
whatever, essentially. We wish now. It is 1941.
Torpedoes
That's not so
astern
far.
stations.
We have research
Reporting
a lot
the
of
position of
technologies. We have all the
strategic
manpower.
target.
We have enough manpower to do a lot of things. But the challenge was to survive. The challenge was to survive the German attack. And we have survived the German attack as Poland in 1939 start. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little challenge. And make sure to let me know in the comments what you liked and what you disliked about it, and what you would do differently. And most importantly, make sure to let me know what you would like to see as my next challenge on the channel, and the option that is the most upvoted will have a very good chance of being recorded and posted. Also, if you would like to support the channel, there is a Patreon link down in the description, as well as a playlist containing all my challenges. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Hello everyone, I am Torior and welcome to yet another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. This time we're going to play as Turkey and restore the Ottoman Empire at its greatest power. This is not the highest voted challenge perhaps, but it has been requested time and time again, and I'm sure that many of you want to see it. If you want to know how I choose the challenges exactly, watch the Austria video. I do explain it. Now, some of the suggestions had to qualify that I can't join alliances and stuff like that. I'm going to ignore that because exploiting diplomacy is the most enjoyable part of this game for me. So there's that. But we're going to play as Turkey in Ironman and restore the Ottoman Empire at its greatest extent. Alright, let's go. We're going to... This is my second attempt. Basically, we have to... we have to switch ideologies very quickly for this to work. For this plan that I have to work, and if I fail again, then I'll probably switch up the plan or try one more time. Anyway, I'm going to be using this Wikipedia map for reference, which suggests, I'm not a historian, but if I understand this correctly, we need to conquer Greece, Albania, Yugoslavia, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, or rather Slovakia, Romania, Bulgaria, bits of Soviet Union, and, you know, this area. Generic research choices, political effort, produce lots of guns and nothing else. And I'm actually going to need to deploy some more troops, even if they're not well equipped. As for factories, yeah, just give me some more military ones. Although I suppose I should do infrastructure because I'm going to be building this up quite a lot. Dockyards, yeah, just do convoys. And I suppose that is it building-wise. We start with 27 units and several commanders, so that's not too bad. And yeah, let's unpause and get going.